What up though? What up though? What up though? What up? What up? What up? What up? Make sure I got everything going. Make sure I got everything. How's the sound? How's everything? How's everything going right now? Mic check. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. I want to make sure everything's going good. Everything's sounding good. Mic check. Mic check. All right, I turned it down one notch. Hopefully y'all can still hear it. Hopefully everything's good. Sounds good. All right. Welcome to the podcast episode. I'm your host, the Piccolator. I'm about to start going by the Piccolator now. The Pickster is good. I like the Pickster, but the Piccolator just hit different. It's just, it's something about that Piccolator, man. Something about it. It's, it's something about it, man. Shout out to my homeboy Q from the boot. He gave me that. he he gave me that name. He dubbed me that. But welcome to the podcast, man. I appreciate y'all being here, man. It's episode 12. Um, let's see. I don't have a transcript. I don't got nothing. I don't got nothing. I don't got nothing going on. But today's episode is life lessons from family and friends. How has your life been shaped from the people around you? So hope everyone had a good weekend. It's Sunday. We're about to get back into the work week. How you doing, Queen? Queen Mouse in the building. Always, as always. She's always in the building. But appreciate you being here. But yeah, I just want to talk about a little bit about life lessons and you know influence. Life lessons and influence. Those are the things that shape us from when we're little kids all the way up to adults and even into adulthood. You still have life lessons. Life lessons never stop. You never stop receiving life lessons. Uh, but you can stop receiving influence. It's just a choice. It's just a choice. I think life lessons are going to be with you for the rest of your life. I think you're going to learn and grow and mature and just really map out everything throughout your whole life. There, just when you think you've seen it all, I think there's something else that comes along most of the time. But as far as influence, I feel like your influence can stop whenever you say stop. I feel like your influence can definitely just cut off whenever you decide to cut it off. You can make the decision. I feel you can make the decision to say, I'm not being led on by anybody anymore. I'm not letting anybody change my mind anymore. I'm not letting anybody tell me what to do or what's what anymore. I really truly believe that. So I'm good, thanks. I really truly believe that. So life lessons, like I say, life lessons will be with you throughout your whole life. You'll never stop learning. You'll never stop running into new things, new people, new situations. But your influence you can definitely put a hold on your influence. Um, but when you're really young, influence is important. It's part of your life. It shapes you, or it breaks you. It just depends. what kind of influence it is. That's positive, that's negative, but it just depends on what you decide to um, interact with and accept and take on. So I got the question pinned. What which has the most influence? Which has or had the most influence over your life? Your mama's side of the family or your daddy's side of the family? This is important because in my own personal journey, um, my mom and dad were not together. They were separated. So, I was with my mom. My grandma raised me, helped raise me. I was with my grandma a lot. I was with my mom a lot. And I stayed with my dad for 5 years out of my adolescence. So 5 years out of 18 years, I lived with my dad. And those 5 years were some of the best years of my life and the most important years of my life. And I'll get to that later. I'll explain why. But like I said, I hope everyone's doing well. I hope you're having a great weekend. It's April, what's today, the 12th? What's today's date? Let me see. It's the 12th. April 12th. 2026 has been good so far, man. It's been a great year. A lot better than I thought. We getting back right, everything. We getting healthy. We're getting the money up. Like, every year you say things like that. Every year you say, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. New year, new me. People go all out every year. But this year, for me, it's something different about this year. This is a good year, man. This is just a lot of things gonna change this year. I don't know what it is. I've always said certain things every year, but this year, it's something about this year. I don't know. It feels good, man. It just feels right. Everything feels right. Everything is going the right way. Everything is changing positively. It's something about this year. I hope everything's going good for you too. But yeah, we're talking about influence, man. I'll just get right into it. Um, Positive, negative. You know, we got positive influence, negative influence. We have life lessons. Life lessons, man. You never stop getting those life lessons. Let me see. For me, it's both of them. Both sides have influenced my life. Well, I know both sides have influence. Like for me, both sides have influence. But if you had to pick, Queen, if you had to pick which side influenced you the most, or which side taught you the most life lessons, positive or negative? Positive or negative? Positive or negative? Which side taught you the most? Which side have you learned from the most? As we live. Let me see. Somebody's texting me already. Come on, man. Uh oh. My brother just texted me something. I don't know what you talking about. Anyway, um, so we're talking about life lessons and influence with your family. Let me see. Queen says I have a unique experience because both sides of my family came from the same area, so everybody knows everyone. Okay, okay, I understand that. So, just to put it into perspective, it's intermingled. Okay, so just to put it into perspective, right? Just to put it into perspective, like your mom's side and your dad's side. I'm talking about so your mom's parents, your mom's siblings, your mom's cousins, like all that side of family. That's a whole different dynamic than your dad's side, right? Your dad's parents, your dad's siblings, your dad's cousins, and stuff like that. So you talk about mom's side and dad's side. So the first, as far as is the life lessons and influence of the family, in my opinion, for me, right? My dad's side gave me the most influence, right? The most influence. My mom's side probably gave me the most life lessons, right? Now that's not saying that I didn't get any life lessons from my dad's side. Just saying I probably got the majority of my life lessons from my mom's side. Um, like I said, I remember a lot, man. I remember stuff from when I was like 3 years old. I tell people this all the time. They be like, man, like people when you ask people like, what's your earliest memory? Some people be like, man, I don't know, man, maybe 5, 6, 7. Man, I remember stuff from when I was 2 and 3 years old. I don't know why, but I remember, and I remember because there's things that I've said like to my grandma. I'd be like, man, I remember this, I remember that. I remember. She's like, ain't no way you remember that. You was only like 3 years old. I'm like, I remember it, right? If I'm telling you about it, I'm not lying. Like you know what I'm talking about, so I remember it. Um, so I remember like things going on like when I was with my mom's side. Like I said, I was in between my mom, my grandma. I was to my grandma all the time. My grandma pretty much raised me. Shout out to grandma, and it's just so much, man. So much that was going on. I appreciate that follow. Thank you for that follow. It's my daughter. That's my daughter, yo. Thank you for that follow, Kyrony. I appreciate you. But I remember just growing up and just the way I grew up and the things I went through, and like my life was pretty much unicorns and rainbows. It was just happy. It was really happy for a long time. Um, Dealing with my mom's side, right? And I remember the dynamic of my mom's side. Like it was, you know, I'm starting from the top. It was like my grandma, my grandpa, which was her husband, not my mom's dad, but my grandma's husband. My grandma's sister, my great grandma. Let me stop there. My great grandma, rest in peace to my mom. Um, A&E. Um, my great grandma, my grandma's sister. Uh, my aunties, my aunt Jerry, my aunt Sharon, and my cousins. Right, my cousin Kobe and Jamal. That was my earliest memories. That was like the earliest memories, of me growing up. That was all us in one house, right? And then I was with my mom sometimes, like and it was just me and my mom, right? And then my brother was born, my brother Keenan.
You want any wings?
Huh?
Want any wings?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
So then it was my brother came along, Keenan came along. And that was before we moved to California. Um, the life lessons that I had from my earliest memories was, it wasn't nothing harsh or nothing like that. I was able to be a kid. You know what I'm saying? I was there was nothing in my way that force me to grow up too soon or make bad decisions. Like I was able to be a kid. You know what I'm saying, when I was with my grandma and in between my mom and my grandma. And I remember um, I moved to California with my mom, and my mom was dating my brothers and sister father. Um, Aisha wasn't born yet. Darius wasn't born yet. Darius was born actually when we moved out here to California. He was born out here, and I lived with them for a while, and then I left. I'm not gonna get into the reason why I left or whatever, but I left. You can ask me privately. I'll tell you. But yeah, I left, and when I came back to Louisiana, that was when I started growing up pretty quick. So I'm like, what, 7, right before my 8th birthday, right? And I was just all out of whack. I remember this now. I was all out of whack because out here, like I was kind of getting ahead because we had year round school out here. Well, I was in Long Beach. We had year round school, so there wasn't really a break in school, right? So it's just school, 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 right? And when I moved back to Louisiana, like everything kind of like settled down, and we had summertime and stuff like that. So I remember this. I'm not gonna lie, I remember this. I remember there was some kids at school I wasn't getting along with, bullies, if you will. They was trying to get money out of me, man, all kind of stuff, man. They threatened to fight me and stuff, and I was afraid of them. It was 3 of them. It's 3 boys, and they was all threatening to jump on me. Like, so I'm like, bro, like, my grandma would give me money, like, she'd give me like 50 cents a day, right? So 50 cents, you could buy you a bag of chips at school for 25 cents, right? So she's giving me 50 cents. I was like turning it in for snacks and stuff. So the dudes that was bullying me, they would get upset when I wouldn't give them the 50 cent. I would have the chips, and they was like, I don't want these chips, or whatever. Like it was on some stuff like that. So one day I did. They was like, you better not buy no chips. You better give us the money, and I didn't do it. I bought the chips. So they wanted to fight me. So I took off running home, and they chased me home. Never forget this, man. You could call it trauma. You could just call it my earliest memories or whatever. But I remember I ran home, and when I was running into the yard, I was screaming for my grandma, and she just happened to be in the living room. She opened the door and looked, and seen them running behind me and seen me running. So she's like, "What's the problem?" And I was like, "Them boys, like, they trying to beat me up with it." She's like, "Oh no, we're not doing that. You ain't running from nobody." She's like, "Go out there and fight them." I was like, "What you mean fight them?" Like, I didn't know how to fight. She's like, "Yeah, go out there and fight them." I went out there and they beat me up. She watched it too. She watched them beat me up. And she ended up asking them, like, why y'all messing with my grandson? Like, why y'all messing with my baby? They was like, oh, he owe us money, miss. She was like, no, he don't. He don't owe nobody no money. Like, that ain't even happening. I give him money every day, so ain't no way he owe nobody money. So my grandma she was mad, but she sent me out there to get beat up. I got beat up, and then she was like, all right. She brought me to my dad. I'll never forget this, man. She brought me to the apartments where my dad was living at. He was outside working on his car. And I don't think he knew, like, I was back in Louisiana. I don't think he knew. As far as he knew, I was still in California. So when he seen me, you know what I'm saying, I could see in his eyes, he was like, what you doing out here? And she's like, look, it's time for you to take your son and teach him how to be a man, right? Yeah, whatever. What's up, Gitch? Cuz. That's my cuz right there. What's up, Gitch? What up, bro? I ain't heard from you in a minute, man. How you feeling, my brother? So she brought me to my dad. She was like, look, I ain't gonna get into it like that. You need to teach your son how to be a man. Like he been with us all his life. He been around a bunch of women. He ain't no man. He ain't no young man. You need to teach him how to be a man. So my dad, of course, he took he took me in, right? But nah, this is the thing. I'm thinking at that age, I'm thinking like, man, my dad, I'm going to live with my dad. It is what it is. I had to find out later why he did it. It is what it is. Like I said, I ain't gonna get into it. But he took me in, and I lived with my dad for 5 years, and that's where I learned some of the most important life lessons, right, and influence of my life. The reason I am who I am today is those 5 years. My dad and his side of the family basically built my temperament, my you know what I'm saying, my understanding, my attitude, um, the way I move as a man. Like I learned all that from my dad's side of the family. And when I moved with my dad and I started to see my aunts and uncles a little bit more, hang out with my cousins on my dad's side, I started to see, like, you know what I'm saying, mom's side, dad's side, mom's side, dad's side. I started to see like why it was what it was. Um, I got a couple of uncles on my mom's side, but they were never around. You know what I'm saying? They were never around to teach me nothing or show me anything or my papa, he was a funny man, bro. He was, I had a few life lessons from him, but he was just he's a complex man. I'm gonna just say that. Um, but hold on one second. Hold on one second. All right, sorry about that, y'all. I had to get with these kids, man. It's always some shit. But anyway, um, when I moved with my dad, I immediately seen the difference between both sides of the family, right? I'm not saying nothing bad about my mom's side, but there was a bigger difference of my dad's side and my mom's side. Um, I remember I was outside playing. Like I said, I was new to the neighborhood. I just came from California, and my cousins, they knew me. We grew up together and stuff. But the people that they were friends with, and the people in the projects, they didn't know me. So people had to learn. People had to see if I was just like my family or if I was different. So I never forget that. I remember we was outside playing. We was playing football, and I was I was look. I ain't trying to brag or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't I ain't trying to brag, but I was look. I'm good, bro. I was tearing it down out there, man. Like they were, I nobody could catch me, right? Nobody could catch me. I was like a Barry Sanders out there. I'm running touchdowns, catching everything, just killing it. I guess the guys got tired of that. They was like, you know what? Whenever he get the ball, catch it. Like just I could hear him talking, but in my mind I'm like, they ain't gonna catch me. But that's why I was wrong. I I ran the ball and everybody kind of closed in on me and I ran out of bounds. I'm like, I'm out of bounds. I'm out of bounds. It's like, nah. They grabbed me, picked me up and brought me over to the sidewalk and slammed me on the sidewalk. Boom. So I got up running. I was crying. And when I before I could even open the door, man, I swear, I ran to my apartment and before I grabbed the door swung open. It was my dad. He's like, "What the fuck you running up in here for?" And I'm just crying, bro. And he was like, go back out there and kick all their ass. You gonna fight every one of them boys that pick you up off the ground and slam you. I'm like, Dad, I can't do that. He's like, why not? I was like, I can't fight. Like, I don't know how to fight. And I'm afraid to fight. He was like, either you gonna fight them or you gonna fight me. Blah 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 blah. Basic black people shit, right? Your parents rather see you get your head knocked off than say your face. But for my dad, it was a pride thing, right? So I went out there and I had to challenge people to a fight, but we didn't fight. We did not fight. And I remember after we finished playing, he was laying in my room, laying on my bed, looking out the window, like looking out the blinds, watching us play football in the field. So that's how he seen what happened. So after we finished, we jumped in the car. We went to his brother's house, my Uncle Blaine. And I remember him just talking nothing but trash to my Uncle Blaine, like, yeah, man, this motherfucker Demetrius, man, he a coward, man. He can't even fight, bro. He let these dudes do this, do that. And my Uncle Blaine was laughing. And it pissed my dad off. You could tell. He's like, that ain't funny. Like, I don't see what's funny. Like, he said, what you mad about? Like, he said, you a fighter. Your son not no fighter. Yeah, but that's my son. He should be able to fight. My uncle told me it don't work like that. Like, just because you a fighter, just because you brave, that don't mean nothing. It don't work like that. You never raise your son. Your son been with his mom all his life, and you expect him to be just like you because he come from you. You have to teach him. You have to show him, like, And my dad pulled me to the side, and within like a month or two, this dude taught me so much fighting, so much. He taught me stuff that an 8-year-old should not know, right? He taught me how to hurt people, like, for real. And this is my dad. Like I said, my dad, he was into full contact karate. He was boxing. He was all this, kickboxing. He was into all that stuff. He was bodybuilding. Like, and he taught me how to box. He taught me how to defend myself. But he also taught me stuff. Like I said, it was an ego thing for him. He felt like if you out there getting beat up, it's like I'm getting beat up because you my son and we're not having that. And he taught me stuff like I'm just thinking about it right now. I'm like, ain't no way. Like, he was really teaching me how to hurt people. Like, it wasn't just a self-defense. It wasn't just boxing. He went past that. Like, we'll save that. But I noticed from him, his brothers, his sisters, right? All my cousins, they just had a mentality about them that, like, now you gotta understand, I wasn't there. Like, I was one of those happy kids. Like, I like to play a lot, video games. I was a nerd, bro. Rollerblading, skateboarding, all that, man. Comic book collecting. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was on that level. And my cousins, they wasn't there. They wasn't there. They was on some street stuff. They was on some tough stuff. Like, they weren't like no bullies or nothing like that, but everybody knew you couldn't mess with them. They knew that if you messed with them, you had a fight on your hands. And I just wasn't there. I wasn't there yet. Let me say that. I wasn't there yet. But after living with my dad for a while and dealing with him and just soaking up the mentality of his side of the family, that's really what shaped me. My dad, I will say this, he haven't done much for me in my life. He really haven't. But some of my mentality and some of the life lessons I've had have come from him. The reason why I'd like to think I'm a great father, and the reason why I'm a great father, those life lessons came from him. Not saying he was a great father, but he gave me the perfect example of what not to be and how not to be. You know what I'm saying? My dad taught me a life lesson about respect. And I remember I was telling him about one of my friends. And I told him one of my friends crossed me. And I told him, like, it just ain't sitting right with me, right? I told him this as a grown man. Like, I think I was 20, 21. And I told him, like, I got disrespect. And he said, if you really feel disrespected, you need to go find that person, handle it right now. He said, I'm not telling you how to handle it, but you need to handle it. I said, why? He said, because tomorrow, if you go to sleep with that on your heart, tomorrow you ain't gonna feel the same way about it. He said, if someone disrespect you, handle it right then and there. Handle it that day. He said, it could be very uncomfortable, right? Confrontation is you know, is uncomfortable, and it gets to a level sometime where it don't need to be. But if you feel disrespected, handle it right then and there, because tomorrow you ain't gonna feel the same way about it. Someone could disrespect you today, where if you acted on it right now, it might warrant you slapping the shit out of them, right? But if you go home and sleep on it, 9 times out of 10 you ain't gonna feel like doing anything the next day or 2 days later or 3 days. You're gonna kind of be easy on it then, because you're gonna have time to sit down and reflect and think like, yo, I really ain't worried about it, or there's really another way to handle this, right? What up, Mr. Wonderful? Mr. Wonderful in the house. You learn from his mistakes. Absolutely. Absolutely, bro. Man, I could catch you. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you being here. Yeah, I did learn from his mistakes. The most important thing I learned is that kids don't ask to be here. Like we you know what I'm saying? Mr. Wonderful, your mom and your dad, they had a thing going, and then they made a wonderful explosion. You, boom, you here. You blessing the world with your presence. You contributing to this world, and you giving back to society and to your friends. And but that all happened with your mom and your dad, and they had a thing, and here you come. But you didn't ask to be here. You didn't ask to come here, right? And the one thing I learned is, if you're gonna bring children here, take care of them. It don't matter what age they are. It don't matter if they're 4 or 40. Take care of them. And I'm not speaking on, like, I ain't talking about pay their rent or nothing like that, but take care of them. You know what I'm saying? If your son needs to talk and he don't got no friends or he don't trust nobody, of course he should trust his father. You know what I'm saying? Be there for him. Be a guiding light for him. As long as you here, be a guiding light for your children. And I think a lot of us, we don't do that. I think at 18, we're just so ready to turn our kids loose so we can go back to living. It's just bad, man. It's not healthy. It's not healthy for us, and it's not healthy for our kids. And I will say this. I had to tell this to somebody one time. I remember one of my friends was telling me how they kept bumping heads with their mom and dad. And they kept saying, like, every time they wanted to make a decision as an adult, their mom and dad was opposed to it. It don't matter what it was, buying a car, buying a house, life insurance. Like, he was like, man, everything I want to do, man, I don't know about that. My mom, my dad, then I tell my mom something, then she go tell my dad, and then my dad like, yeah, your mama told me, yeah, I don't think you should do this. He said, I don't know why they don't trust me, or why they don't feel like I can make decisions and live with it. And I told him this, and he still to this day, he thanks me for saying this. It's like a revelation. Like, so you tell me if you feel the same way. I told him, I said, man, I don't think your mom and dad raised you right. He's like, what you mean? I said, if they done their best, if they done their absolute best in raising you right, they would trust you out in the world making decisions and doing everything on your own. The fact that they critiquing everything you're doing, they know they didn't prepare you. They know they didn't do nothing for you. They know that you out there butt naked and you winging it, and they know it's their fault. So they trying to parent you now at 25. This is a long time ago. They trying to parent you now at 25 when they should have been parenting you at 5 and 6 and 7, 8, 9, 10, right? I remember that day he was like, hey, you just blew my mind, bro. I was like, I'm just saying, I don't see any other reason why your parents wouldn't trust you to make decisions out here in the world. Their job is to prepare you, right? Their job is to prepare you for this world. And even when you have a little setback or a hiccup, they still supposed to be there to encourage you and give you advice to be able to move on. And if all they have is criticism for you, that means they did not do their job. They didn't prepare you, and they know they didn't prepare you. So now they're trying to parent you. And still to this day, he'd be like, man, remember when you said that? Like, I'm like, it was just, you told me what you've been through. You told me what you was going through, and I just made an educated guess on the shit. Like, I didn't think it was a life changing thing I was saying, but hey, let's see. I can relate very similar with my pop when he was around 100%. Once you fertile the land, you have to be there to see the seed grow. Absolutely. 100%. Listen, man, I'm just saying. You probably helped his relationship with his parents after that. Uh, I did. I did. And here's the thing. At first, it was bad because he went and told him exactly what I said. Not, he didn't tell him that I said it, but he went and told him that. He wouldn't say, like, y'all didn't help me. Y'all didn't teach me about uh, credit, saving money. You know what I'm saying? Life insurance, how to make the life insurance pay. Y'all didn't teach me nothing. Y'all didn't teach me nothing. I ain't got no inheritance. I ain't got nothing. Like, y'all didn't teach me nothing. Y'all ain't leave me nothing. Y'all ain't give me nothing. Like, I turned 21. I didn't have no money waiting for me. No stocks. No CD. No nothing. And he said, y'all didn't prepare me. Y'all didn't prepare me for life and stuff like that. So him and his dad. His mom understood from what he told me. His mom understood. But him and his dad was like, nah, you out here making some bad decisions. It's all on you. It's all on you. He said, I don't know what I'm doing out here. And that's all on you. And him and his dad, they wasn't even talking for a long time. And it started to affect him. I remember when he told me that. He's like, man, I love my dad, bro. He said, I don't like not being able to talk to him. He said, I'm watching my younger siblings have a relationship with our father, and my dad won't even talk to me, man. He won't even pick up the phone and call me. Like, he really pissed at me. I say, man, your dad, I told him, I said, but I feel like your dad he know what you said was true. So now he got to process that truth. Now he got to go back and think about 18 to 21 years, and he got to think about what did he instill in you. And if he don't have no answers, it's fucking with him. It's messing him up. Like, damn, I really wasn't a father to my son. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, like, that's how it was with me and my dad. My dad didn't do much for me at all. Like, I when I think about both of my parents, I love my parents. And before I get to talking about my parents, because we like I said, we're talking about life lessons. We're talking about influence. I don't want anyone to get the impression that I hate my parents, or I got a grudge against my parents, or I'm blaming my parents. I'm past that. But I love my parents. I love my mama, man. My mom and my dad still alive, and I love them. I love them both. I haven't talked to my mom much. I haven't talked to my dad in over a year, right? And this is because I felt a certain type of way about my dad not coming to my wedding, right? My mom and my dad didn't come to my wedding. And one of my friends told me, shout out to her, she told me, she said, Demetrius, she said, I know you love your parents. She said, but if they always let you down, it's not their fault. It's your fault that you keep putting yourself in position to get let down. She said, I know that's your parents. I get it. She said, but at what point are you going to kind of look in the mirror and say, I can't allow these people to hurt me anymore? And that's a hard decision to make, especially when you love your parents, right? But at the same time, I got to sit back and I got to see, and I got to realize that if I don't reach out, I don't hear from them. We don't talk. If I don't make the effort, it's no relationship, right? And people have to really identify that with your friends and family, especially family, right? Friends. It is what it is. You know, some friends like to say, "Oh man, we ain't talking in 3 months, but we still cool." You know, we still cool, man. If I ain't hear from you in 3 months, bro, like, are we cool? If I ain't hear from you in 3 months and your phone been on them whole 3 months, like, what we doing here? Like, it don't gotta be no long drawn out conversation, but hey man, I hope you're blessed. I hope you're having a good day today. I hope you're happy, man. I hope you're healthy. Holler at you later. Like a text, something, right? If you don't hear from nobody, they really don't fuck with you like that. And the worst about that, the worst is the people that stop messing with you They know they stop messing with you. And when you return that energy, when you're like, all right, cool, I ain't gonna mess with you either, they try to make it seem like you stop messing with them. They know for sure they stop messing with you. But when you return that energy, because they expected you to come crawling to them or asking them what the problem was, or, you know what I'm saying? They expected that. But you was like, all right, cool. You don't want to talk? We good. Now they like, I don't know. He just stopped talking to me. And I don't know. She just stopped talking to me. Huh? Hey, bro, your phone, you can send and receive text, correct? You can call in and receive calls, correct? So it ain't just one sided. It ain't just me stop. You know what I'm saying? You stop fucking with me, and then I was like, all right, cool. I'm cool on that. Now you mad because I'm cool on that. That's the worst. That's the worst. But that's a whole nother topic. There's a whole nother. We ain't gonna talk about that. We ain't gonna get into that. Nothing more hurtful than the truth. Sorry to hear that, bro. Hey, man, it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. You know, when it was happening in real time, Mr. Wonderful, when it happened in real time, it was hurtful, bro. It hurt. This ain't no, I got married last March, and this wasn't no, I didn't spring this on nobody. Like everybody that I told that I wanted to come to the wedding, they had a year in advance notice. They had a year, like they knew, like and trust me, I get it. I don't hold it against nobody because I'm living in California now, right? I'm from Louisiana. That's a trip, bro. That's a trip, dog. Like I'm gonna say this, and it's gonna sound bad, but it's the truth. People from Cali, they can make a trip to Louisiana. That's nothing. But people from Louisiana going to Cali, that's a hard trip, bro. Listen, I know how it sounds, but I'm saying exactly what I'm saying. That's a hard trip, bro. That's a hard trip. I don't know if y'all remember Hurricane Katrina, bro, but when Hurricane Katrina hit, it's people that left New Orleans. They had never left New Orleans in their life. They never left Louisiana ever. And when they left because of the hurricane, they never went back. Once they start seeing what else the world had to offer, they didn't go back. And there's some people that didn't leave, and they still there in New Orleans. And it just is what it is. But yeah, people from Cali, they'll go to Louisiana. People from Louisiana, they look at Cali and they be like, oh, I want to go. And the closer they get to taking that trip, they're like, it makes them uncomfortable, man. Like but like I said, I told my mom, I told my dad, I expected them to be there. And this is, what I'm saying? I've been married before, right? I've been married before. I remember when I got married the first time, we didn't have a big wedding. We didn't have nothing traditional. We went to Justice of the Peace, and my dad was pissed about that. He was mad about that shit. He was like, "Nah, man, y'all don't need to get married like that." First of all, we was too young. We shouldn't have been doing that, but we did it, and that's another problem that he had. But he was like, "Yeah, y'all need to, I ain't never met this girl, daddy. I ain't never met her mom. Like the families need to meet, and everybody need to meet, and we need to shake hands, and we need to like, you know what I'm saying? What up, Reaper with the tier 1 sub 70 months. What's up, Reap? Cheer. That's it.
Real bad man.
What's up, Reap? I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that 70 month streak. But yeah, man, my dad was talking so much trash, like, yeah, y'all ain't doing it right. Y'all need to do it the right way. You need to do this, do that, that. We did it the way we wanted to do it. He didn't support that. And he said that's why he didn't support it, right? Now, I divorced and I got married again. Everything was right. We had a big wedding. It was a traditional wedding. We had a pastor there. Both of the families were supposed to meet up at the wedding, and he didn't want to come. So I'm like, it don't matter. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? And what up, Dade? Shake hands. Yeah, that's what he said. That's what he said, bro. Like, trust me, I'm in my mind. I'm like, whatever, man. But that's what he said, bro. Like my dad is a complex man, bro. He's a, like Charlie Murphy say. You know how they say a habitual line stepper? He's a habitual storyteller. That's Justice of the Peace, married 25 years. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Shout out to Dade and his wife, man. Hey, listen, it don't really matter how you do it, man. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. But you have people that'll make excuses to not show love and not support, and it just, But the reason why it pissed me off was because it made me look bad in front of my wife. Like, the more family that started saying, I'm not going, I'm not going, I'm not going. Now my wife looking at me like, damn, do your family really fuck with you like that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they ain't even thinking about that. They ain't even think about that. Like, and you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, but he didn't come through. And since the last conversation I had with him was when I asked him, I said, hey, man, what's up, man? We get married in 2 months. Are you coming to the... He's like, nah, I ain't coming. But Cynthia gonna come. That's my stepmom. He's like, yeah, little Dexter gonna come. That's my little brother. And I'm like it hurt me. Like, it hurt me, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I mean. Okay, that's a perfect example. When I say you never stop getting the life lessons, right? That was a life lesson for me, right? I could have ignored that. I could have said, you know what, it's okay. My dad didn't come to the wedding. It's okay. I'm still gonna rock with him. I ain't gonna hold nothing against him. Like, so at what point do I draw the line? At what point do I say, at what point do I learn from this pattern, right? Because he ain't changed up. He's still doing what he always done, let me down, right? So at this point, it ain't on him. It's on me. At this point, it's not him doing something crazy. It's me doing something crazy because he's been consistent in his letdowns. I've been consistent in my depending on him and expecting him to come through and be something different than what he's always showed me for the last 40 years, right? How old is your pops? My dad, what, 62, 63? Yeah, I think my dad like 62. I think he's a year older than my mom. He's either 62 or 60. I don't know, bro. I know I'm 43. But you sure? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't. Bro, I don't keep up with people's ages and stuff like that. I don't. I really don't. I know my mom had me when she was 19. I'm 43. You do the math. You do the math. Had you young. You know what? And you know what? My grandma had my mom when she was 19. My mom had me when she was 19. My son was born when I was 19. Like, we got to break that shit up. My son ain't got no children, and he's 23. Thank God. Thank God. I mean, listen. I'm gonna be a grandpa when I'm gonna be a grandpa, but like, hey, let's prolong that shit, man. That's not. We don't need to keep doing this. We don't need to keep going in this direction. Like, it ain't helping nobody. As you can see, these stories I'm telling you, is nothing positive. Ain't nothing helping nobody. So that was a pattern for a few generations. Yo, hey, but look, hey, you see it, right? So I had to just grow from that. I had to, like I said, it hurt. It hurt, man, when I was like, damn, man. My mom's alive and well, my dad's alive and well, and they refusing to come to my wedding, right? So at 40, well, at the time I was 42 years old, that's a life lesson for me. Like, are you going to keep depending on your parents? Are you going to keep leaning on them? Are you going to keep asking them for stuff when they able to do stuff, but they refuse to do it? And I came to a realization. I've told this to my closest friends. I'm saying it on my stream, but I haven't really said it to too many people. But I'm saying it because we talking, and this is my my podcast. This is my platform. I can say what the fuck I want to say. I really had to sit down and look in the mirror, and I had to think about what was going on with me, my mom, and my dad. When my mom and my dad both confirmed that they were not coming to my wedding, I had to look in the mirror and I had to say, what part of your life that you can really look back and say, damn, I'm glad I had my mama I'm glad I had my dad. Not one damn part of my life. Not none. Right? Not none. I can never. There's nothing that I can look back and say, damn, if I wouldn't have made it if I had my mom. And I would have to tell you exactly what everything me and my mom been through to make you understand that. See, right now that's just an open blanket statement that you like. There's something there, but I'm not gonna say. My dad. There's not one time, not one, that I can say, damn, but I'm glad I had my dad, right? My dad did teach me self-defense. He did teach me how to defend myself. He did. But in my eyes, you just did your part as a man. You did your part as a father, right? Being a father, though, you got to go above and beyond. You have to be everything that your children need you to be. Like for real, like you don't want your kids depending on anybody outside your house for nothing. Because once they depend on other people, they lean on other people provide for them. Now they trust them and they don't trust you. And that's a bad dynamic. That's a terrible dynamic. You know what I'm saying? So there's not nothing that I can really look at and say, damn, I'm glad I had my parents, bro. I'm glad my mom and my dad never came together. They never came together for me, right? They never like put their differences aside and say, let's do this for our son. Never. So all I can say is, I said this to people before, right? And it's never been more evident than this past year. You know what I'm saying? I really feel like it's no other way to say this. I really feel like my parents, like they just had a thing going on. They were just hooking up, and here I come, and they like, my dad was like, I don't want no damn son, and my mom was like trying to hold on to him. I'm gonna have this kid because that connect me to you. And my dad was like, nah, I ain't messing with you. Then he gonna mess with all kind of women, throw it in my mom's face, and then they had a bad little, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm just in the middle of all that shit. That's how I look at it. So I remember I said this to somebody. I said, man, I feel like I was a mistake. I feel like my dad, you know what I'm saying? He was just hitting my mom, and then I came along. He's like, right? Because he ain't never really done nothing for me like that, right? My mom, she hated me because she hated him, and I'm just in the middle of this beef. And there's nothing that they never came together throughout all my life and said, let's do this for him. Let's do this for our son. They don't have a beef like right now. Like they cordial, right? They see each other. They'll probably hug and talk, but throughout my whole life, if I ever needed them for anything, if I was with my mom, hey mom, I need ask your daddy. He got all the money. Dad, I need this. Ask your mom. You live with your mom. Well, I got to do it. You live with her. And I never could get shit. I had to go out in the street and make shit happen for myself and do stuff for myself, right? That's one of the hardest life lessons. Like, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't even depend on my parents. This is not, you know what I'm saying? This is facts. My first car, I bought that shit. My first house, I bought that shit. And I don't care if anybody say, oh, well, you an adult. You supposed to, man, fuck y'all. They got people that help their kids out in this world. They got people that at least give their kids the knowledge to go do shit like that. I didn't get none of that. I didn't get none of that. So yeah, the influence is there, right? Whether it's positive or negative, is there, right? And I got most of it from my dad's side. Most of it, my demeanor, my temperament, everything, pretty much come from that side, right? Because there was really no pushovers on my dad's side. Even my dad he's not no pushover like that. He's not. My dad was kind of like me when I was a kid. You know, my aunts and uncles all told me, man, your dad was pretty much, he was a coward. That's why when he became an adult, he went learn all that shit. He went learn all that karate and that boxing and got all swole up and muscled up because he felt like ain't nobody gonna try me no more. I'm set now. I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Appreciate that 100 biddies, luck. I appreciate, and other people can manipulate them. I think some things we learn from our family that we want to unlearn so we can do better. To answer your question, my mother had the most influence over my life. My dad partially because he was an entertainer, but my mom had the most influence. Okay, okay. Yeah, my dad's side had the most influence over me, but that's because that's kind of where I learned how to be a man, right? My heart, my forgiveness, the way I care, I got all that from my mom's side. Like there's a lot of big hearts on my mom's side, right? But on my dad's side, it's some dogs. It's some, it's some dogs on my dad's side. What's up, cuz? That's that's my cousin Jesus G. That's my cousin on my mama's side. What up, cuz? But yeah, man, like I remember I said that. I think my mother-in-law told me that. I said I feel like I'm a mistake. I feel like my mom and my dad were just screwing around, and she got pregnant, and I'm surprised she kept me. Like you know what I'm saying. My grandma done a lot of my raising up. You know what I'm saying. And I think my mother-in-law was doing. She's like, you ain't no mistake. God don't make no mistake. And I get the message. Like I know where she was going with it, but I'm like, listen, I know what you're trying to say, but nah, these motherfuckers ain't want me. They ain't never got together to do shit for me. It's always like they was button heads. You know what I'm saying? My dad, like I say, I moved with my dad, right? I moved with my dad. I was right before my 8th birthday. My dad only took me in to stop the child support payments, right? I was living with my mom. My mom was receiving child support. We was in California, right? I I moved back from California to my grandma. My mom stayed in California, right? She stayed behind. I moved with my grandma. My grandma brought me to my dad. Hey, you need to raise your son, teach him how to be a man. Oh yeah, he can come with me. He only did that to stop the child support. He was tired of paying child support. That was it. Them 5 years I lived with my dad, man, my dad ain't spent no time with me. The maybe 3 4 months he spent out of 5 years, and the 3 months was definitely boxing. Definitely him teaching me how to kill people. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Then whenever I started to get a little rowdy, bro, I got a little older, I started to get a little rowdy. My dad was never around, right? He was a rolling stone. I'm gonna say that. He was a rolling stone. And my stepmom was left to raise me. And she said that. She said, it's not fair to me. I have a son. It's not fair to me that your dad is not doing anything with you, and I'm forced to deal with you, right? You becoming a young man, you becoming a teenager. I can't deal with you. I can't. My stepmama knew exactly what I was doing outside in the streets, and she was like, "Yeah, I can't deal with you." So whenever my dad worked offshore. He went to work, like he would go 14 and 14. When he went on that water, my stepmom ran me to my mama house, brought me to my mom's. My mom took me. She felt like, and I'm like, well, I guess my mom cared about me. She took me back. She was thinking about that child support. I'm about to get that child support again. That's the first thing she went and did. Whenever I moved back with her, the first thing she went and did is file for child support again. Try to get my daddy money. So as a kid, I'm sitting here in the middle of all this shit. Like, who give a damn about me? Who cares about me? Right? Right? And again, people will see this. People will say, "Man, stop blaming your parents. Stop this." Man, fuck y'all motherfuckers. If you ain't been through it, if you don't know what it feel like, don't judge it. Don't. Because still I'm 43, right? I'm a good father. I'm a good husband, right? But it's a choice. You know what I'm saying? I could have kept going. Like I could have had children all over like my dad. Like I didn't do that. It's a choice, right? I thought about people other than my damn self. I didn't make no selfish decisions. Or I'll say this: I limited my selfish decisions, right? I didn't have children. I got two biological children, right? You know what I'm saying? I got 6 kids, but I got two biological kids. I don't got You know what I'm saying? 4 kids with 4 different women like my dad. I didn't do that. I said, I'm not going to do that. Right? It's all about the choices you make. Right? I thought about other people more than I thought about myself. Yeah, I made some decisions for myself, but I thought about others more than I thought about myself. And I feel like my parents couldn't do that. I felt like they could not get on the same page to do that for me. So if you've never been through that, because there's plenty of people that judge it. If you've never been through that, man, don't comment on it. Don't say nothing. Don't tell people how they should feel, how they shouldn't feel. You don't know. You don't know. You don't know how. You know what we thinking about. You know. That's why I do so good. I work with the youth. I'm a youth mentor. You know what I'm saying? I'm a mentor of the youth, and I'm a youth coach, football coach, right? Basketball coach, boxing coach, and when I see these kids out there, sometimes I know exactly what they missing, right? Just them talking just a little bit, I know exactly what they missing. Some of them got a father in the home, and they still be talking like they alone. I know exactly what they missing. That's what makes me be able to do what I do to the best of my ability. But there's so many people that they've made it to where they want to be, or they don't let what they've been through affect them, and they want to tell you how to feel about some shit. They want to tell you how to get over some stuff. Nah, bro, people got to be able. This is what I'm talking about when I say life lessons and influence. You never stop learning life lessons. Never. You could be 60 and still learn a life lesson. Most of the life lessons we learn at our earliest ages come from family. At your older ages, they come from friends, right? You be friends with people, man. You think that y'all gonna be friends forever, and then something just happens. Something happens. You can't even explain it, right? You can't even explain it. You like, damn, we was cool, we was tight, bro. I thought we was going to the moon, and it just something just knocks it off path, right? It could be the person outgrew you. You outgrew the person. Other people came in and made influence. Like you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you think you cool with people, bro, and the people move away. Like it's plenty of people you cool with at work. You might feel like, oh, that's my road dog, somebody at work. But if they stop working there, y'all that shit might break apart. And then you got to realize, damn, we was only friends because we was on the clock. Like you never stop learning life lessons ever, ever. You gonna have life lessons till the day you die, right? Let me see what we got here. Let me catch up on this chat. Wow, not the mistake. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I stand on that because Reaper, I'm just telling my story, bro. I'm just telling my story. Like, of course, everybody listening right now, and you only can piece together what I'm telling you, right? But I could tell you, I'm not gonna say it here on the stream. I'm just giving little snippets. But bro, we could have a conversation on the phone. We could have a conversation through text, and I can really explain to you how my you know what I'm saying. So even I'm reading this message right here. I think Lucky said they were young because they were young. I got married last year. My parents not young right now. You know what I'm saying? And they still made some bad decisions. I mean, I get it. 20 years ago, 30 years ago, I get it. Yeah, they were young, right? My auntie told me that. My auntie told me, she said, I was holding some shit against my dad, and she told me, she said, you know what? Maybe, and she said, I'm not saying this because that's my brother. She said, but maybe your dad did the best that he thought he could do. Maybe he just did the best he could do at the time. She said, one day you're going to be in the position where you got to make a decision regarding your life and your family. She said, let's see if you make the right decision. And I tell you what, when she said that, I was like, man, I ain't trying to hear that shit. But I actually had to be in a position where I had to make a decision. And that all I could do was think about her. I'm like, fuck. This was like, it was crazy, bro, how it all came to pass like that. Let's see. I think some things we learn from our family that we want to unlearn. Okay, I read that. Okay. I see what I see we got another great stream going on. Yes, sir, all the time. All the time, cuz. Nothing much, y'all getting it cracking. We trying. Wow, not the mistake, exactly. We are never mistakes. We are here for a reason. But I feel you though. Listen, like I said, Lucky, my mother in law told me that, right? I'm not talking about the higher plane. I'm not talking about God. I'm not talking about Buddha. I'm not talking about the universe or the energy or the feng shui or the whatever. I ain't talking about none of that. I'm talking about two people, right? It could be God's plan how you got here, how I got here. But them two people, between them two people, it's a mistake, right? It's a mistake. How how you like God got the ultimate plan. I believe in God. Jesus Christ is my savior. I'm there. That's where I'm at, right? And God got the ultimate plan. But the two people that he put together, it's like the story of Moses. Moses questioned God. Moses made God angry. It's a scripture that God was telling Moses, you got to do this. And Moses asked the question. And God said, you got to do this. And Moses asked the question. And God said, you got to do it. And Moses asked the question. And the scripture said, and God was angered. He was mad because he's like, why? Now, I'm telling you, this is the plan. Why do you keep questioning the plan? If I tell you that sea going to part, it's going to part. But Moses is a simple man. He thinking in his own brain. He ain't thinking in the spirit. He thinking in his own brain. How I'm gonna spread the sea? How I'm gonna do this? How I'm gonna do that? God got the ultimate plan. God got the ultimate plan. But to us here on ground level, hell yeah, it can look like a mistake. Later on, once everything works itself out, you can say, "Thank you, God. I didn't see what you had cooking up, but you handled that, right?" But two people can get together. They can have a night where they do some things, or some two people could get together and they could be kicking it for a long time. And then when that woman come with that news, hey, I'm late. Might be have to have somebody around us. Got a third party coming in here. Oh, I don't know about that. I don't want that. Nah, that's a mistake. Nah, they like one person like, yo, we about to have a family. Nah, I don't want that. That's a mistake to them, right? I'm not talking about the ultimate plan. I'm talking about to them. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying, listen, disclaimer. I'm not saying that for sympathy, right? I'm not saying that for nothing other than that's how I feel. And there's nothing that has happened in my life when it involves us three, my mom, my dad, and me, that can make me feel otherwise. There's nothing that has happened where I can say, I'm loved, I'm respected, I'm valued, and somebody looking out for me. Between the triangle we have, right? Nothing. I got in a car accident, man. I'm gonna tell y'all this. I got in a car accident, right? I was in a car accident. The car flipped like 4 or 5 times, right? 6, 7 times, whatever. I was in a badass accident, right? I was at the hospital, and I was okay for the most part. I wasn't like the injuries. It was four of us in the car. The injuries went from moderate to severe. I was the moderate, right? I would say the kid that sat on right on the side of me, I would say, no, it's five of us. It's five of us in the car. I would say his was severe because he had head trauma, right? Blunt head trauma. He had big ass hole in his head, right? I'm talking about the car flip. Two people thrown out the car, right? I remember I was at the hospital and they was like, "Who do you want to call to come get you? Like, who do you want to pick you up?" I say, "I want my dad." Call my dad. They couldn't even find my dad. Nobody could. My dad he was he was a rolling stone, so he was rolling in stones wherever he was. Like, and they telling him like, "Yo, your son got in a car accident, a bad accident." Now, this how shit goes in the South, little bitty town, right? They were back in town. They was telling people. Some people were saying some of us had died in the car accident. That's how bad the car accident was, right? But they was saying, oh yeah, somebody passed away, like all kind of stuff. I ain't gonna get into that. But I sat there for almost 3 hours before this dude come pick me up. They was like, you know, you want to call your mom? Your mom could come get you. I was like, nah, I want my dad. Call him, because I knew he was out doing no good. I was like, nah, make him get up from under that woman and come see about his son, right? How old was I? I think I was 16. I was I was 16. Like, bro, nah, let him come check on me, right? Man, listen. This dude took 3 hours to come get me. Everybody that had a access to him called him and told him, hey, Demetrius got in a bad car accident. You need to go check on him. Where he at? He at this hospital. Still took 3 hours. And that day, before I left the house, me and my mom got into an argument. I'm talking about we got into a badass argument. So I was playing basketball, right? I tore my PCL. I couldn't play football. My football career was over. Like that was I tore my PCL. The doctor said, well, we don't normally work on those. We don't normally repair PCLs. They heal. They heal themselves. I said, well, how long it take to heal? He said, a year or two, depending on how long you stay still. So I'm like, so that's it for football. He's like, pretty much. He said, are you a blue chip or something? Like, he's like, if you really like that, like, he said, I'll fix it. He said, but I'm gonna be honest with you. He said, if I cut on your knee now, he said, you're 16 years old. He said, if I cut on your knee now, I'll cut on it for the rest of your life. And I listened to that dude. I listened to that doctor, and I didn't get the surgery. I said, fuck it. I said, well, can I still play basketball? He said, I'll get you a brace that'll stop your leg from hyperextending to where you won't tear that ligament no more. You can play basketball. So I was playing basketball. And I went to a basketball game, and that's where the accident happened, right? Now, I'm not gonna get into that. That's a whole everybody where I'm from, my city where I'm from, everybody know about that. But I'm not gonna get onto it right now. But I had an argument with my mom, man. Me and my mom were just butting heads, man. Like I said, I'm 16 years old. My mom was just pressing, bro, pressing hard on me for no reason. And she didn't want me. She said I was punished for the weekend for whatever reason. I'm like, I can't remember why. So I'm like, all right. So I'm getting ready to go in the morning. She's like, where you going? I said, I'm going. We got a basketball game. You ain't going to no basketball game. I said, Mom, I got a basketball game. Ain't your knee messed up? And you punished. I said, you punished. I'm punished, but I got a basketball game. I'm going to the basketball game. You ain't going to no basketball. I left. I was so tired of my mama's shit at the time. I'm like, bro, man, I'm going, bro. So she talking shit to me. I'm talking shit to her. I left, and I could have died that day. So that really fucked her up, right? As far as like, oh shit. They had called her, say, Demetrius got in a bad car accident. So now she fucked up because we was beefing that morning, right? And my dad, he don't even want to leave from where he at to come check on me. This is the shit that I went through. These are the life lessons. These are the things that I had to go through to when somebody said, oh, you know, God don't make no mistakes. I hear you. But this is what I went through. This is what I had to deal with. Like, you can't really argue that. You can't go against that. As someone who was not supposed to be here according to the doctors, don't hit yourself with the I'm a mistake. I hear you, Reap. I hear you. Hey, listen, I hear you. I want y'all to listen to me. Look. Let's meet right here. I've heard it. Ever since I've came up with that in my head, everybody has said, don't say that. You're not a there's people say, Demetrius, listen, bro, look at what you're doing with these kids. Look at how you helping these kids. That does not mean that I am not a mistake between the two people that put me here. I'm not a mistake from the higher power. I'm here because the higher power say I'm supposed to be here. But the two people he used as a bridge, right, over that gap to get me here, those people don't want nothing to do with me or my well-being. Do they love me? Yes. Yeah, of course. Do they care about me? Probably not. If if I do not listen to what I'm telling you. If I don't reach out to my dad, I will never hear from him again. That man is he's healthy. Nothing going on wrong with him. Nothing. If I don't reach out to him, I'll never hear from him again. Some Somebody answer to me why that is. Answer that. If I'm not a mistake, answer me that. We don't got no beef. We don't got nothing between us, right? Right? I'm just on the cuffs of I'm not dealing with him no more because I'm tired of him disappointing me and letting me down, right? I'm just on some man to man shit. If 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 I don't call if so his birthday was April 3rd, right? My birthday was March 3rd. I got married a year ago, March 21st, right? I called him, it was like February 4th of 2025, right? We ain't talked since that day. He at home all day. He retired. He at home all day. Not one time, not my birthday, not his birthday, not the wedding, not Christmas, not Father's Day. I'm a father. He's my father, but I'm a father. Not no time has this man said, let me call my son. Not no time. What's the reason for that? Yeah, I'll take any answer. I'll take any answer. What's the reason for that? This man has never helped me out in any way. Or I'm 43. This man has never helped me where I can say, damn, bro, I'm so glad I had my dad. My dad came through clutch. Right? Whenever I had a traumatizing experience in my life, the first thing I thought in my mind was I want my daddy. That's the first thing I thought in my mind. I called him. Whenever this trauma hit me, I called him crying, man. I called him crying. I told him the bad news, and we talked. We talked for like an hour. And this is the same man that never done nothing for me, right? All he ever had was advice and well wishes. But if I ever needed him, like, and my dad was able, this is another thing people need to understand. He was able, never came through. So the topic of this is life lessons. This is a life lesson of mine. And I know some of y'all have these same lessons with your friends. You know which friends, right? You've had life lessons from certain friends, right? Whether you want to acknowledge it or not, you have friends that you've lent money to. You've lent money to them and they ain't pay you back, or they come to you humble like, man, I need $100, man. My cable bill, man, my light bill. All right, man, I got you. Man, 2-3 months pay. Hey, bro, what's up with that $100? Oh man, you worry about that little $100? Oh man, what about all the stuff I did for you? That was a life lesson. That was a life lesson. Now you know I'm not gonna stop being friends with you behind some money, but I can't never give you no more fucking money. That's a life lesson, right? This is just a life lesson between me and my parents. That's all it is. It's just a life lesson. Let me see. All right, let me catch up on chat. I'm sorry, I'm running my mouth. The Piccsta is for the children, Wu-Tang chant. I appreciate you, Reap. I appreciate you, man. The mistake is not you. It's how they handle being a parent. That's where the mistake was. Okay, I agree with that. I can roll with that, Reap. I can roll with it. Life is a big old test. You're right. The older you get, you learn that people ain't shit. Absolutely, Queen. Still learning that. Okay. Totally got you. I know I'm not talking about the higher power. I'm talking about the weight of that thought on your mental. But it seems like you're not dragging yourself down with that thought. You explained it well. I'm not dragging myself down. I'm not. You know what? I shed tears after I got off. I called my mom first, and I called my dad, and both of them gave me the same answer as far as we not coming, right? And I cried. I cried, bro. I was so hurt because I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, damn. I gotta tell this to my soon to be wife because she was happy. She was Like they both said they was coming. So she was happy to like she wanted to meet them. My I've been married to this woman a year, but she still never met my mom and my dad. She still never met them. Right? I'm like, damn, I gotta explain this to her. I got 2 kids here, bro. Her kids, right? I got 2 kids, man. This is their grandma and grandpa. Like, never met them. Like that shit start weighing down on me. I'm like, and then I got siblings, right? I got siblings. So in the back of my mind, I know that if this was one of my fucking siblings, they would make it happen. If my dad's son got married, oh, he gonna be there. He gonna be to that fucking wedding, right? If my sister, my dad's daughter got married, oh, he gonna be to that wedding. My mom, if my brother got married, she gonna be there. My brother live in Las Vegas. She went to Vegas twice over the summer before she retired. When she was just off, my mom was a teacher. She was a school teacher. She went there 2 summers, right, to Vegas. That's a 3-hour drive from where I'm at. She didn't make my wedding. I could give you all the sauce, bro. I could give you the sauce. Like it's if you believe it or not, it's up to you. But this is you gotta look at it from how I'm looking at it, not from your understanding, from how I'm looking at it. I mean, the issue is not you at all. Some people are just not fit to be parents. Simple as that. That's true. Lucky with the 61 months. I appreciate you, Lucky. I appreciate you. Hey, if y'all can help it, look, I appreciate the support. Like for real, I ain't trying to be ungrateful. I appreciate the subs and the bitching, but man, don't waste y'all money on Twitch, man. I ain't getting paid on Twitch like that. I'm almost YouTube partner. So if y'all wanna go check that out, if y'all wanna like some videos on that, if y'all wanna check my latest video out, I will post it in the chat. But don't waste your money on Twitch. Twitch. I love Twitch. This is where I got to know everybody, and that's But yeah, don't y'all ain't gotta do that. Y'all ain't gotta do that. I love y'all. I love you, and I appreciate it. I'm not ungrateful, but yeah, we could go without. We can go without on Twitch. I promise you. Yeah. Y'all check that video out. Y'all. I just need views on that video. A comment if you feeling up to it. A comment. All right. I'll take that. I'll take that over bits, subs. I'll take that. But I appreciate you. I appreciate that 61 months, Lucky. Life is a big old test. Let's see, where was I at? Okay, right here. All right. The money and business mixing with family will teach you life lessons real quick. That's what I'm saying, So that's what I'm saying. So when we think about that, when we think about life lessons and we think about influence, right? So I'll finish my story about my influence. So I moved with my dad. I lived with my dad for 5 years, right? When I tell you, I'm not saying everybody on my mom's side of the family is soft. I'm not saying that, right? But my dad's side of the family was no nonsense, like for real, no nonsense. They didn't take disrespect. They didn't take sideways compliments. They like everybody was ready to fight. Like everybody was all gas, no brakes. All my aunties, all my uncles, my mom, my dad, my stepmom, like everybody, my grandma, my grandpa. My grandpa was in World War II. Like everybody just didn't have no chill, right? I mean this. Like everybody was just about it. They was about it. Everybody. It just is what it is. Like, yo, Miss Blazing with the raid. Let's go. What? Why I didn't get no notifications on that? Shout out to Miss Blazing with the raid. I appreciate you. Welcome to the Piccsta Podcast. I'm your host, the Piccolator. I'm a variety streamer. I'm a husband. I'm a father. I'm a youth mentor, youth sports coach, Ayatollah, valedictorian. I'm all that. I'm everything. Everything you could think of, I'm that. Velociraptor. I'm everything. Okay. Thank y'all for being here. If you're feeling the vibes, please hit the subscribe. Not the subscribe, the follow. Hey Pooh, happy Sunday. What's up? I knew you was playing Warzone too. I knew it. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel. That's free. That's free. I appreciate you. I appreciate you being here. You could have bought that raid anywhere, but you bought it to the Piccolator, and I'm happy. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Make sure y'all give Miss Blazing a little bit of your time, man. Go check out her stream, man. She's very good at Call of Duty. She plays GTA roleplay also every now and then. I haven't seen her play it in a minute, but she does play it every now and then. And she plays Call of Duty, and she's goated. She probably top 10, probably top 20, top 20. I ain't gonna glaze. I ain't gonna glaze that much. Top 20, but she ranked. She up there. Y'all can't fuck with her. I know that. None of y'all can fuck with her. So, Miss Blaze and W Ray, yeah, very much W Ray. So, Miss Blazing, we just talking about how you doing today. I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a great weekend. I hope 2026 is doing right by you. We're just talking about life lessons and influence in your life. The question is, who had the most influence over your life? Your mama's side or your daddy's side? I'll take a guess with you, and I'll say your daddy's side. I'll take a guess, cause you ain't nobody to play with. I'll say your daddy's side. It could be your mom though. Your mom and them might be rowdy like that, but I know you ain't playing no games with nobody. So I already know what's up. Let me see. Period. Thanks for the intro. Hey, thank you for the raid. I appreciate you. I'm gonna take a guess and say you get like your daddy's side made you who you is today. I'm gonna take a guess and say that. I could be wrong, but I'm gonna take a guess. Neither. I don't have any fan for real. Hey, I understand that. Now, see, I was just talking about that. I was just talking about that. But you ain't even gotta explain it. I know exactly what you mean. So, yeah, I know exactly what you mean. But the influence, like I say, I learned to really be, you know what I'm saying, just command my respect. You know, people see me and they think, oh shit, like they don't want to mess with me or I might be violent. Man, I'm far from that. Like I know how to box. I know how to hurt people. I've known for a long time. I'm 6'4", a lot of damn pounds. I can hurt somebody if I want to, right? But I try to avoid that. That's not who I am. That's not who I am. Trust me, it's there. If I gotta get down, I can get down. But that's not who I am, right? So what the influence that my dad's side had over me was they just taught me how to be a man. And they taught me how to like not take disrespect, check disrespect as don't even let it go unchecked. Check it as soon as it happens. Right? I've had people, man, like that came at me and I felt like it was disrespectful and I called out and they're like, whoa, chill out, man. It's just a joke, man. Lighten up. No, I ain't no fucking lighten up. Like, if I lighten up today, then tomorrow you telling some other jokes, you saying some other bullshit, and now you starting to think I'm cool with it because I never said nothing. Like, I wasn't raised like that, right? So, I get my forgiveness in my heart and my understanding from my mama's side. But my edge definitely come from my daddy's side. And I mean that. It ain't just my uncles, my aunts, my grandma, everybody on my daddy's side. I don't know what it is, but my dad's side just ain't play no damn games. I don't know. They just didn't. Like, I don't know. I'll be honest with you. There's a couple of times I disagree with my dad. Like, there's a couple of times I disagree with this man. That man threatened to kill me. He wanted to end my shit. Right? And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there was times where I was like, I just was quiet, right? But the last misunderstanding we had, he threatened my life. And I told him, I said, man, I don't know what you think going on here, but I got a wife, I got kids. Like, I ain't about to let you try me like that. Like, you ain't about to take me off of this earth because we having a conflict of interest. Like, you come at me like that, bro, it's going to be either me or you. It's going to be you. I think that kind of surprised him. I think he kind of was like, because he said, who you talking to? But my dad's that type of man. Like, he's so forceful. He's such an authority figure. When you challenge him, he can't believe it. Like, and he still had that father son, like I'm the father, you the son. Who you talking to? Nah, bro, I'm a man, and you raised me to like this. Like, I'm only letting you know I ain't for the bullshit. You ain't for the bullshit, but I ain't for it either. And you coming with some bullshit right now, you know. So my influence, for me, that's my dad's side. My influence, but let me see. But I have been told I act like my mother though. Okay. Me too. Nah, I take stuff too serious. You know what? I don't even believe in that. I don't believe in when people say, oh, somebody takes something too serious. I don't believe in that. I believe in you take it the way you take it, and other people just don't know how you think. They don't know how your mind is. They don't know what you've been through in life. They don't know how many times you got hurt and healed. They don't know how many times you've been through some shit, let some shit slide, and now you just to the point where ain't letting shit slide no more. Like, they don't even understand. Like, that's why I think when you meet somebody, people say, "Oh, respect is earned, not given." Man, give people the respect. Give it to them. Give it to them. If they don't disrespect you, then give them respect, because you don't want to see somebody take it there. You don't know what they willing to do, and you definitely don't want to find out. Because that person, that could be the motherfucker. That could be the one that take you to hell and back. I mean, let's be honest. You like one of my favorite sayings. You know what I'm saying? Some people want to visit hell to see if it's warm. You ain't gotta touch that pot to see it's hot. It's on the stove. You see the fire on, right? Walk right. Get your ass in order. Like, let's like give people respect. That way they don't have no reason to disrespect you. And then if they disrespect you, now you bring it to them, right? You bring it to their doorstep. But I don't think people like granted, there is some overreaction. But if people don't know you, like, you can't even say it's an overreaction. Like, you don't know what that person been through. The first reaction is normally the correct reaction, right? Prince Hakeem said that. Prince Hakeem said that on Coming to America. The first reaction is normally the right reaction. What up, baby girl? Baby girl up in here. But oh man, let's talk about some life lessons, right? We done the influence. Most of us said where we got most of our influence from. So life lessons. I want to hear from some of y'all. Reaper, you in here. Lucky, you in here. Queen, you always in here. Miss Blazing, I think you might still be in here if you didn't shoot out too quick. Cuzzo, you up in here. Let's hear some life lessons. It could be from any point in time in your life, right? Let's hear some life lessons. Let's hear something that really shaped you into who you are today. It could be from family. It could be from friends. I'll go first. I remember one of the earliest life lessons I ever had, right? This is crazy. I was in kindergarten. I swear, bro. I was in kindergarten. I don't even know why this happened. And it's so traumatizing. Like, it's on my mind. Like, I never forgot this, right? I was in kindergarten, right? And I don't remember this kid's name. I remember his face. I don't remember his name, right? There was a bookshelf We was in the classroom. There was a bookshelf. I'm talking about a big ass bookshelf. It was so big. There was books that we couldn't even reach. Right, we little kids, bro. We like 4 and 5 years old, right? So, but there were the books that we would get were eye level, right? So I don't. I'm gonna say this. I don't even. The bookshelf got broken. I don't even know if this kid broke the bookshelf. He may not have broken it, right? Stay with me. The Our teacher just thought she shut class down. She was just grilling everybody. She's like, the the bookshelf is broken. Somebody broke the bookshelf. So there's shelves, right? And you know the shelves is like at an angle, right? So you got the book. Let me see if I can get in the camera. You got the book sitting on the shelf like this, right? Like this, right? And you got the book and you got them side by side, right? So there's a shelf. So at the bottom shelf, somebody broke that shelf. Somebody stood on it or jumped on it or whatever and broke it. All the books on the bottom shelf fell, and it was broken. Nobody said nothing. You just had the wood was just disconnected from the rest of the shelf. The lady seen the shit. She she stopped class. I'm telling you, bro, I had to be like, I had to be like four, bro, 4 or 5. She said, "Who broke the bookshelf? Like, we're not doing nothing until we figure out who broke this bookshelf." Then she played good cop, bad cop, right? She was like, "Listen, I'm not even mad. I don't even care. Like, I just want somebody to confess so we can move on by the day, right? Who broke the bookshelf?" This dude, this little black kid, bro, he said, "Me and Demetrius broke it."
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
God damn.
This kid said, "Me and Demetrius broke it." This is how he said it. Cause I'm sitting there like I'm looking, I'm like, I wonder who broke this shit. Like
God damn.
this dude said I broke it. She said, You broke the bookshelf? He said, "Yeah, me and Demetrius broke it." I'm looking, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? The way she looked at me though, like she was like shaking her head looking at when he said me and Demetrius broke it, she looked at me like with her eyes wide. I'm like, still to this day, I'm like, why did he lie? Why did he put me in there with him? He didn't get in trouble. I got in trouble. And I got in a lot of trouble. This lady brought me to the office, told the people in the office what I did. They suspended me. They called my mama. I went home. My mama beat my ass. And I'm sitting here telling her, I was like, "Ma, I didn't do it." Like when she come got me, I'm like, "Ma, I didn't do it. I swear I didn't do it." It's like, "Well, why would the kids say you did?" I was like, I don't know. I don't know. Man, my mama took me home, I'm talking about, man, cause they was trying to ask her to pay for it. And she was like, "I'm not paying for that shit." And then my grandpa, he ended up looking into some shit and he knew somebody at the school board and they was like, "You ain't gotta pay for that. We just go there and fix it. We just nail it back on there. Like, we built that. We built that bookcase. We'll fix it." They're trying to get like $50 out my mama. And I'm like, my mama bust my ass. I'm talking about my mama beat me so bad I couldn't even go to school the next day. Like, I was fucked up. And I'm like, as a kid, bro, I'm sitting there like, why did this happen? Right? Like, how did this happen? And why did this happen? Like, I did not break it. I did not. It's no, "Oh man, maybe you broke it on accident. Maybe you were standing on." No, I was not. I didn't even get a book that day. I did not. Because what actually happened was, when they called us to come in from the playground, like, "Come on, y'all gotta select y'all book." We always had to read something or whatever before we take a nap. We had these little folding mats that we would, take these mats we would take a nap on. We always had to read a book before nap time. I came in last with like 3 other students, right? And everybody got books. And I didn't get no book. I went straight to my mat. Man, when that lady rounded us all up, I'm like, I know I didn't do shit. I'm like, okay, who broke this shit? Man, dude put me in there. That was one of the earliest life lessons I ever had, bro. Like, you can't trust nobody, and you gotta stand up for yourself. Because at the time, the lady was saying, "Why'd you do that? Why'd you do it?" I didn't say nothing. Like, in my mind, I'm like, I know she don't believe this dude. Like, ain't no way, right? But she believed it, man. She brought me to the office. They suspended me for 1 day, man, and tried to get my mama a damn a damn invoice for $50. But my mom was cutting up. And she whipped me, bro. She fucked me up. Like crazy. Let me see. Wow. As for life lessons, don't get involved in the issues of the prior generation of your family if you can avoid it. Their problems predate you. Let them handle it. I agree with that. I can agree with that. I like that. I like that, Reaper. I like that. Some, to your point, man, some family members they gotta work that shit out. They can't keep leaving that for the later people to handle. So I agree with that. Like, yeah, y'all gotta handle that shit, man. Like, and sometimes it's simple shit. Sometimes it's simple. Like, you know, and they have people beefing, not talking for years, and excuse me. Then people have kids, and then they raise the kids like, we don't fuck with them. Why not? That's my aunt. That's my uncle. No, we don't fuck with them because she don't like me. Why she don't like you? And then don't worry about it. Stop asking all the questions. Like, yeah, you're right. I get it. It be like that sometimes. My life lesson is something my mama always said: when people show you who they are, believe them. My mom, I will say this about my mom. My mom has always been a person where she did not really care about people and how they move and who they are. Like, my mama didn't give a damn. Like, my mom, when I was younger, my mom was okay, but as I got a little older, my mom started to gain weight, and she got a little heavy, and if anybody called her black or fat, or she ignored it. She didn't care. Like, my mom taught me how to ignore people. I really got that from my mom. Like, that was an influence from my mom. I remember I tried to get into it with a kid at school because he said, "Your mama's so fat. Your mama this, your mama." I wanted to fight him. My mama said, "Why would you fight this kid?" And I'm like, "Cause he was talking about you." She said, "He don't know me." She said, "Demetrius, he don't know me." I said, "Yeah, but he called you fat." She said, "Okay, he's seen me, but he don't know me." She said, I don't care about what he thinks. I don't care who he is. I don't care about what he thinks. And I don't want you to care about it either. So I did get that influence from my mom. I did get that. Like, she just so nonchalant about shit. Like, she don't care. My mom just always been like that. She just didn't care about what people had to say about her or whatever. I got that from her. What up, Millie? Look at Millie up in here. Oh, Millie, I don't think them sound alerts, I don't think they work for for this overlay. That I think they work for my gaming overlay. This is the podcast overlay. I'm sorry. Reaper, if you don't mind, could you add Millie? Could you give Millie could you give her not 3,000. Give her 10,000. Give her 10,000 points. Could you add points to Millie, please? Yeah, I gotta fix that up. I don't be on Twitch like that. I be on YouTube. I only really be on Twitch to do the podcast, and then I clip it and send it over to YouTube. I've been working on my YouTube, Millie. But how you doing? How you doing, Millie? Good to see you. I hope everything's good with you. I hope 2026 is treating you well. I hope you're happy. I hope you're healthy. I know you're still looking good. I appreciate you coming through, Millie. Millie, I'm keeping pace with life. Hey, you can't. It don't get no better than that. If you keeping up with life, you doing more than most. Yo, you doing more than most. You doing more than most because life is kicking some people. Life is Macho Man elbow dropping on some people. Life is Kratos ripping Cyclops' eye out on some people. So if you keep in pace, you're doing more than most, and I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. I refunded her. Thank you, Lucky. I appreciate you. Lucky. But yeah, Millie, we just having a little podcast, having an open discussion. We're talking about life lessons and influence. Some of the life lessons you've had throughout the course of your life, and who's had the most influence on your life. Like who's pretty much influenced you into the young woman you have became today. You know, did you get more of your influence from your mama's side? Did you get more influence from your daddy's side? Did you get more influence from your your friends? Right? Where did you who made you who you are today? Right? Most people won't admit it, but somebody shaped you, or some entity shaped you into who you are. Your mentality, your mindset, your temperament, everything you accept, everything you don't accept, you've pretty much learned that from somebody. I'll give you a perfect example. My auntie, my stepmom's sister, rest in peace, Aunt Mary, I love you to death. I remember I went to Florida. She lived in Florida. This is the woman. This is how I seen Disneyland, Universal Studios, Busch Gardens. I seen all these damn theme parks every summer because we would go to her house. I love this woman. I miss her so much. My stepmom's sister. I remember we went out there one summer and I had like $40, $50. And she was looking at, she was very judgmental. She was a child of the Lord. Like she loved God. She was very spiritual. I know she in heaven right now, looking down, probably pissed off I'm telling this story, but I remember one time I had some money. Like we was out there for the summer. I think it was Busch Gardens. And I had some money. She was just looking at me like I had the money. I'm young, bro. I'm like I'm like 11. I had some money. She said, give me that money. I said, how much you want? She said, give me all of it. I gave it to her. I just gave it to her, right? She said, you must have never had nobody steal nothing from you. I said, why you say that? She said, because you just gave it to me. You didn't even know if you was going to get it back or not. You just gave it to me. And I didn't say nothing, but in my mind, I'm like, wow, I trust you. You're an adult. I'm a child. You're an adult. And you asked for my money. I gave it to you. Like, what am I going to say? No. But it was a life lesson there, right? What she said had weight to it. Like, you must, and I never had nobody steal no money from me like that. That's why I gave it to her willingly, like, here. But once she said that, I was like, okay, now I got to be hesitant. Now I got to be careful. I can't just be giving people my money like that. But I trusted her. You know what I'm saying? She asked for the money. I didn't feel like I would give her the money and not get it back, right? But that was a life lesson. I learned that shit pretty early. But shout out to Aunt Mary. I love her. I miss her. Rest in peace. That was my road dog. Let's see. Baby girl, you're gonna reap what you sow. Absolutely. As my life lesson is something my mom always said: when people show you who you are, believe them. I'll say this, Queen. That's never been more true, especially when it comes down to love, right? I think a lot of people today, in today's day and age, they have a problem with letting go of somebody they love or somebody they've been intimate with or dated or that's how I feel. Like there's so many times where there's been a woman that tried to tell a man, I don't want nothing to do with you. Like, I don't like you. I don't want you. And the man just keep pushing until to where when the woman got to prove to him, I don't fuck with you like that. And now it's like, fuck you, bitch. I hate you. Like, she tried to tell you, like, she ain't rocking with you like that. And vice versa, right? Like, the man could just show you like, hey, this is all consensual. This is I ain't in it like you in it. I'm in it, but I ain't in it like you in it. And then the woman be like, oh no, like I put this platinum P on you. Like I know you feeling. Nah, it ain't like that. And you know what I'm saying? Like if somebody don't make someone prove to you that they don't love you. Don't make someone prove to you they don't fuck with you like that, right? Excuse my language, but yeah. If somebody show you who they are, believe them. Don't make them prove it. Don't make them prove because now it gets fun for them. I told you I didn't love you. Now I gotta. Oh, you want me to show you? You want me to show you I don't mess with you like I said? Okay, I'll do it. I'll show you. I don't mind. I got time. Today I got time, cuz. Today I got time, cuz. Yeah. When somebody show you who they are, believe them. Like, you know, that's a slippery slope for the simple fact that even if someone do you dirty or somebody cross you, it could just not be a good day. Like, and I know we don't like to think about it like that, but if they've always been good to you up until that one time, like this ain't no Amazon review. Like life ain't like that. Like let's be honest, we be reading these reviews, we see 1,000 good reviews, but that one bad review, we be like, oh yeah, I don't think I should order this. Or restaurant, you see 100 good reviews, that one bad review, yeah, the chicken was undercooked and the rice stank. Oh, I ain't eating there. You got 100 good reviews, but that one bad review, oh, you ain't gonna eat there? Like we do that, right? And I think we treat people like that sometimes. Like you rock with somebody, you cool with somebody, everything is good, and then that one time they had a little bad day, or they was irritable, or they just ain't on the same page with you. It's like, all right, you don't fuck with no more. And I never said that. I just, you was talking some shit I wasn't agreeing with. Like, it be like that sometimes, but some people just they mind ain't right. That's all. Their mind ain't right. It just is what it is. Let's see what we got here. Okay, no worries. I'm catching up with chat, y'all. Millie, Millie, when did you stream Arc Raiders? When did you stream? When the last time you streamed? But you know what? To be fair, I don't really be opening up the Twitch app like that. Like anytime my friends stream, I'm glad like Lucky will stream, Reaper will stream. They be on YouTube. Everything I do is on YouTube now. I only really come here for this podcast. I only really do that here. I was watching a little bit of Kinston stream today, but I rarely be on Twitch now. Queen don't stream like she used to, so I don't be on Twitch like that. I just don't. But I'm glad to see you still in it. I'm glad to see you doing it. And how you feel about Arc Raiders? You like that? I don't like Arc Raiders. I watch people play it, but I ain't never booting that game up. I ain't wasting my money on that shit. Wait, she spent Twitch points. Yeah, that's good. Give her the Twitch points back. Give her back. I don't want her to lose anything. I'm keeping pace with life. Thank you. Right, I refunded her. Let's see. It's a good mixture, but I will say my mom's people. Okay. All right. And peers. Okay. Facts. That one bad review do catch your eye. It do. But why? Why does that make us cautious? Right? A restaurant, right? Oh man, I'm hungry, bro. Let's go to this new spot. Yeah, man, I heard they got some good steaks. Man, I heard they got some good sides. Man, I heard they got some good drinks. Well, hold on. Let's read the reviews. Best steak I ever had. Best size I ever had. Best drink I ever had. Oh, my steak was It was. I might as well have ate the cow. It was so raw. Hey, I don't know about this place. Whoa, what? One person, one person had a bad review, and then look, you can always go yourself, order the food if it ain't right. Hey, bro, I ain't paying for this. Take this. Nah, this shit raw. I ain't. That's not what I asked for. I will fix it. Now I don't want you to fix it because then you're gonna put a side of spit in that motherfucker. I'm good. Just give me my money back. You could always do that. Why do we let that or Amazon, right? You're looking at some stuff, some reviews, right? Looking at the review, Okay, all right, yeah. Whoa. Oh, it didn't work for me. Overrated product. They lying. Stop taking people on it. Nah, I don't. You just read 50 good reviews and that. Let's be honest. If you keep reading past 5 or 10 reviews, you're looking for a bad review. You're looking for it at that point, right? Wonderful say, Mr. Rose said that one bad review catch your eye. Because you're looking for it though. Miss your friend, I know, right? Same here. If my if my internet won't hold me out, whoa, who trying to hold you out there? Don't let them hold you out now. Don't let them hold you out. I will be back on YouTube. I am hooked. Oh, you okay? You hooked? Hey, the game looks fun, and graphically, the game looks amazing. Like it really looks good. Like I said, I watch some of my friends play it. Kinston be playing it, but it's not something that look like. I don't think I'll play it. It don't look like it will hold my attention. So, but I watch people play it. You mad behind. You're not trying to get robbed in the Arc Raiders lobbies. Bro, the way people play that game, man, like, oh my gosh, like you really got people. You think Call of Duty got campers? You got people that really camp the X field. Like, I'm just gonna sit here and let everybody go raid, and when they come back, I'm taking what they found. Yo, that should be that they should just take that out of the game. Like, once you get within 50 meters of the X field, like you can't be killed by other players. You can be killed by the enemies in the map, but not by other players. Like, come on, man, fix your game, bro. Like that's wild. Like, ooh, I got all this good loot. Ooh, yeah, I got the blueprints. Let's get out of here. Oh man, oh you rat, you a rat, you rat, bro. What are we doing? What kind of game is this? Like, I don't want no parts of it. I don't want no parts of it, bro. Me, I take stuff personal, bro. I be them found that mother for real. I'm getting robbed now. Another two I can recall. Enemies can't betray you. Only friends can. And pride goes before the fall. Man, listen. Enemies can't betray you. Only friends can. Truer words have never been spoken. That's true. That's the truth right there. Let me see. You from Brooklyn. You're supposed to be doing the robbing. Okay. We caught up on chat. You spitting, ain't you, baby girl? Okay. Mama ain't raised no fools. Let's go. Yeah. So, I mean, no truer words have been spoken. Like your enemies, you expect that from your enemies. You expect them to be a piece of shit. You expect them to do what they do. You expect them to, you know what I'm saying? You expect them to be who they are. Like they don't save face. They are who they are. What you see on the surface, it is what it is. But your friends, you can get a lot of betrayal from your friends. But I also, not to play devil's advocate, but I also think that if you really care about your friend and you really love your friend, you shouldn't expect so much of your friend, right? Like you expect your friends to feel a certain way or act a certain way or respond a certain way. Like you don't know. Like the circumstance or the timing. That could be the difference in how your friend reacts, right? But a friend should never cross another friend. Like if y'all friends, shouldn't be no double crossing, shouldn't be no backstabbing, shouldn't be no sucker shit. Now, if you think you about to ride on me, like, you know what I'm saying, I feel different. Like, every other day, I'm like, I'm cool on the jokes and shit and all that. But if one day I start bucking, you gotta know, as a friend, you gotta know, let me chill out. Let me not expect him or her to just accept this shit. They ain't feeling it today. I don't know. Maybe it could be the anniversary of their mom's death or something like that. Like anything could be on their mind. Like, and as a friend, you gotta say, you know what, I'm a back off. I love you. I love you too much to win this argument. I'm cool. I'm cool on that. But the betrayal, it never come from an enemy. An enemy is an enemy. You know what I'm saying? How DMX say, trust people to do exactly what they do. Like they are who they are. Right? You trust them to be who they are. Right? If it's an enemy, it's an enemy. If it's a friend, you gotta trust your friend to be a friend. And if you and your friend not on the same page, give them grace. Give them grace. Let them breathe. Let them, you know what I'm saying? Even if they talking spicy to you, let them have it that day. Like, all right, you good. Revisit it. Revisit it another day. Hey, man, the other day, man, you talking some shit. I didn't like that shit. What's up, man? Where'd it come from? Like, what you on? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but the day it happened, just give them grace. You don't know. You don't know. And if they don't want to talk about it in that space at that time, respect that. You know what I'm saying? If that's your friend, you rock with them like that. Give them that time. I'll give you another life lesson that I learned. Especially when it come down to love, right? You could be with somebody, and you like they got a movie. I never really watched this movie, but I know the name of the movie. It's called Sleeping with the Enemy. I think that's more prominent nowadays than ever. Sleeping with the enemy. I think a lot of people sleeping with the enemy. Somebody that you trust, somebody that you love, somebody that you give your all to, and you really, really like this is my ride or die. You in the bed with your enemy. Like a lot of that is happening nowadays, and I think it's happening. My opinion, I ain't no guru on this shit, but I think it's happening because people are not taking their time to learn and grow with people. They're not knowing who they really with. Cause let's be honest. When you dating or you mess with somebody, you always see that person in the best light. You never see them at their worst, right? If you dating a man, right, this man gonna always be looking good, haircut, smelling good, best cologne on, best clothes on. Y'all always going out to eat, and it's always good. You don't see him right when his check ain't hit his account, or his car break down, or his children's mother is tripping, or his parents is being hard on him, or he having a hard day at work, or right, like you're not seeing this person in every light, right? And then you go and you trying to share life with this person, and now you seeing them in every light, and you don't like what you're seeing, right? It's the same thing with friends. I'm talking about love, but it's the same thing with friends, right? You get with your friend, that you get friends with somebody at work. So you always seeing them, y'all on the clock, y'all laughing, y'all clowning, y'all wasting time, y'all ain't doing the work, y'all just, you know what I'm saying, making each other laugh and feel good and get each other through the day, right? But you never see this person like when they had a bad week, when they wife giving them hell at home, or their kids giving them hell at home, or they ain't paying their bills, or like right, like you think they cool, and then when they going through a rough patch, you be like, man, what the fuck she tripping on? What he tripping on? Like now you seeing them, right? You seeing what it really is now. You seeing what it's really hitting for, and you don't like it. And now your thought is, I thought they were good. I thought they would know they were who they were. You just didn't have enough time invested. You didn't know, right? It's the same thing with relationships, right? Man and woman, woman, man, whatever y'all do. But it's the same thing. When you dating, you always seeing someone in a good space, in a good light. But you gotta see that person, right? You gotta see a person in every aspect of life. You have to see them at struggling times, at tough times. You have to see them at the downside. You can't just have positive, commit to them, right? And then because life, nobody immune to life. Nobody immune. Like, we all have our good times, but we all have our bad. Like, nobody's immune to the bad times. What goes up must come down, right? And whatever is down will rise again. But nobody's immune to that. So you got to rock with people long enough to see them in every light. I got to see you at your worst to know if I can deal with it, if I can handle it, right? I'll give you a perfect example. Some people have lost family members. Some people have lost friends. Like, let's just say they lost friends. Let's say you had a friend and it was a best friend, man. You was best friend with this person for 15 years, and it would have been 30 years, right, had they not committed suicide. You know what I'm saying? They passed away. They took their own life, right? If you never get over that and you traumatized by that and you just cannot get past that, and you go and marry somebody, you go commit into a relationship with somebody, and every day you are hurting behind your friend. Every day you are crying behind your friend. Every day you are sad for a portion of the day because of your friend, or your mom, or your dad, your sibling, grandma, whoever it is that got an anchor on you to sadness. I'm just being honest. That's very unfair that you would commit to somebody in a relationship and ask them to deal with that. You can't even deal with it. You can't even deal with it. And now you got this anchor holding you down. You want this person to help you drag this anchor, or let the anchor drag them down with you. That's very unfair. That's very selfish. If you don't like what I'm saying, argue with your mama. She probably love you more than I do. Argue with her, because that's selfish. You don't bring nobody into a committed relationship with that. And now this person, if they just want to be happy one day and you like, oh, I'm missing my mama. Like, and they're like, damn, I get it. I understand. But where that leaves me? Like, where I gotta be sad too now? Like, you know what I'm saying? People don't even look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's another life lesson, right? And that's something, unfortunately, a lot of us learn too late. We in that space way too late, right? And now you look like the bad guy or the bad woman leaving that person because they just could not get over their sorrow, and now it look like you left them hanging. I ain't leave you fucking hanging. You had that hanging in your coat rack before I met you, right? It's just something that I couldn't carry for you. I couldn't do it, right? But you look bad because, oh man, she was grieving. She never got over her mama death, and she found comfort in you, or he found comfort in you, and now you can't deal with it. Now you leaving them. It's tough, man. You gotta learn that's life lessons. You have to learn your friends and your family before you commit. Like people calling people their best friend. Oh, that's my best friend. That's my best friend. And go from there to I don't fuck with her like that. I don't fuck with him like that. Why? What happened? Or you seen who they really was. So you didn't even give it enough time. You just fell in love with this person based on what you seen on the surface, the happy times, right? You gotta see everything that this person bringing to the table. You gotta see every face. People have different faces. They happy face, they sad face, they envious face. Like, trust me, there people try to say they solid. Like, oh man, I ain't no jealous person. I ain't no. Give them time. Give them time. You leave that pot on the stove long enough, it'll get hot. Give them time. Let's see. Before I go to bed, I will say this. A lot of lessons are learned from experience. I've learned that not everyone is strong enough mentally to take criticism. Not everyone knows how to communicate, and people tend to turn a molehill into a mountain. Communication is key, and that some people are still stuck in high school with the drama. Life is a consistent test, constant test, and sometimes all it takes is talking to someone to get past a misunderstanding. I agree with that. I agree with that. I agree with that. I agree with that. But at the same time, hold on, let me see. Plainly, plainly, the best lesson to learn is people are evil, and I learned that God don't play about me. So God don't play about you. Just only you, only you. Cause I know God too. I know God. Yeah, I know God. Facts. You're right. I'll say this. I'll say this though, Lucky. Talking. Talking. You right. You absolutely right. I agree with that 1,000%. Like, but there's two things about talking and communication. I'll just from my experience. Um, there there are things that can be settled with a conversation, and there are things that can be repaired, and you can get to a common ground with conversation. I agree with that, but I'm just like I said. I'll talk from my. I can only speak from my experience. I can't make a blanket statement for you or for anybody. All I can say is from I had a friend of mine. We still friends. I ain't trying to make it like that. We still friends. But he was in the space of just talking spicy and saying shit and just being a certain way, right? And I tried to have a conversation with him like, yo, you can't do this, you can't do that. That's disrespectful. Don't do that. Like, I tried to talk to him, and he was in the space of he didn't care, and I can't say why he didn't care. I really can't say why he didn't care. But my life lesson that I learned was when sometimes when stuff don't benefit other people, they don't care about how it benefits you. Some people won't say, "Okay, you my homeboy. I'ma chill because I know you get a benefit out of this." He was under the impression of, well, only you get a benefit. I don't get no benefit, so I ain't being nice. I ain't respecting nobody. I ain't. And and also this same person, you know who it is. I ain't gonna say his name, but and I love him. That's my bro. That's my bro. Like we still cool, but we don't get down how we used to get down. But he said so much shit, right? And then when I called him out, he was like, "Well, we could have discussed it, bro. You had already crossed the line. So I'm just saying, Lucky. When it come down, you absolutely right, and I 1,000% agree. But sometimes some people don't understand how they cross the line, and it ain't no talking. Like you should have known better, or you ain't know me like that to be talking like that to me, right? You don't know me like that, right? And you kept talking like that when now you like, well, let's talk. Nah, when we should have talked, we wasn't talking. You was talking stupid. Now look where we at now. Now we can't get money. We can't create content together. We can't be friends. Like we can't. Like, you know what I'm saying? I try so hard to talk to this dude. Like I said, I love him to death. I love him to death. I still got love for him. But we can never get back to where we were because at the time when we should have talked, he didn't want to talk. He just felt so strongly about like how he felt. He felt like it is what it is. I don't even know why he felt like that. Maybe because he thought like I wasn't going to back away from him, or maybe he thought because like I hate even thinking about it right now because I'm like, why you said all this stuff like I was supposed to just take that shit. I don't like what you're saying, bro. I don't like what you're saying. You talking stupid, and if you got respect for me, that shit should have never left your lips. And here you is talking shit like that. You making me look crazy in front of people that I've known and been around all my life, and now, like, you know what I'm saying? Now I don't want to fuck with you no more. And now you talk about, well, let's talk. No, we had the chance to talk, but you was disrespecting me. You was disrespecting me. Now I don't want to talk now. Now you go over there and I'm gonna be over here. And I ain't do that to hurt the man or nothing like that. He good. He cool. I'm cool. I'm good actually, but just you saying that, like that's I get it. Like I agree. Like that what your statement is for somebody that you really cool with and it get out of line and it's like, okay, let's dial it back. Bro. Hey, bro, what's up? I mean, you did this, you said that. I ain't with that. Oh, okay, that's cool. I didn't know you felt like that. Okay, here's what you did that I didn't like. You took these people's side and, hey, bro, me and you, we been down. Me and you been down. What's up with these other motherfuckers? Right? Let's dial it back. Okay, we good? We good. Okay. But when it come down to somebody you don't know or somebody you don't have history with, like I say, people shouldn't have to earn respect. Give them respect. Give them respect until they give you a reason for you to not respect them. Right? Give them respect. Just as character, as the character of who you are. Right? Look at the time. Remember that time we was in Rick Stream? And remember that time we was going at it with these women? Remember them women? And they was saying they was victims of certain shit. Remember that? And I said something and somebody took offense to it. And they was like, oh, it don't matter why I was attracted to the man. I got groomed. I said, you know what? You right. I apologize. I didn't owe that girl that. I didn't owe that woman that. But my character, she said, I don't want your apology. You don't want me no apology. I said, the apology ain't for you. It's for me. It's a whole bunch of people watching this, and they need to know that Big Pig have character. I don't just talk shit. I'm about what I talk. So the apology ain't for you. The apology is to let people know if I cross the line, I apologize. You ain't got to accept it. Still, in me, who I am, my character, I apologize. Right? Me and this girl been cool ever since. I ain't been no problem since that day we had that conversation. You was in there, but that's what I'm saying. Like when you don't know people, you got to give them grace and you got to give them space and you got to respect them because you don't know them. You don't know how they're gonna take it. You don't know like when you say that, like we can have a conversation. No, me and you, Lucky, we can have a conversation because we know each other. We cool. You know, I went to Tallahassee. We met each other. We cool, right? You like family to me. But if it's anybody that you don't know, right? Or like the guy I'm talking about, I know him. And that's the most disappointing thing about me and his quarrel is like, dog, you know better. Like, you know better. And he still felt like, nah. But I think he felt like that because he felt like I wasn't going nowhere. Then when I finally, like, yeah, I ain't fucking with you no more. We ain't rocking like that no more. Then he was confused, like, well, I don't understand. Like, what? Well, I felt just as confused at how you stood on that disrespect. You feel what I'm saying? So communicate. I agree with that. Communicate. I 1,000% agree with that. Conversations need to be had. Communication is key. But if it comes to a person that you don't know, how do you communicate with somebody you don't know? How do you communicate with somebody that's in a space that you don't really know them? You don't know them. So you can't communicate with them and you shouldn't disrespect them. Because it just, like, at that point, they'd be like, man, I don't want to hear nothing you got to say. You don't know me. You fucked up. Right? It's just, it could go either way. I hope you feel the same way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Somebody don't know you, Lucky, and they started to disrespect you or say some shit to you didn't like, you would say, hey, bro, you don't know me like that. I would think that would be your first, like, yo, you good? Like, you know, I'll give you a perfect example. I'll say this name. Judge. Some of y'all know Judge. Some of y'all don't know Judge. Judge, this motherfucker Judge, bro. I posted a picture on Twitter of a it's crazy. I'm laughing because it's like I posted a picture on Twitter of something I got from Starbucks. It's like a vanilla frappe or something. It's like, I guess it's coffee, but it tastes like ice cream, right? Vanilla frappe, right? This motherfucker gonna comment. Like he said something along the lines of men getting Starbucks. That's like it make you a baby back bitch or something like that. So I'm looking at this shit. I'm looking at him like, hey, Judge, you cool with kissing like that. You don't know me like that. I'm looking at this shit like, he called me a bitch, right? Now, granted, it's online, it's Twitter, and I know he didn't mean it maliciously, but motherfucker, you don't know me. You don't know me. Matter of fact, I posted this shit, right? But it ain't like I went to Starbucks and got this shit like, oh, I gotta be a vanilla frat. You know what I'm saying? My wife got that for me. We wasn't married at the time, but my girl got it for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? She was like, here, I think you would like this. I'm drinking. I'm like, oh, that shit tastes like ice cream to me. Like, I liked it, right? But I posted it. Like, I liked it and I posted it. I'm like, yo, this shit bomb, right? That motherfucker said, basically, he just said, yeah, any man get something from Starbucks is a bitch. Like, you a bitch. I'm like, when we got this cool for you to come at me like that, dog? Like, that shit it messed me up, bro. So I hit him up. I'm like, hey, bro, you good? He's like, he put a LOL, like, yeah, I'm good. You good? I was like, bro, why you made that comment on my post like that? He didn't answer. And then I asked him, I was like, I kind of let it go, right? I let it go. I was like, I ain't worried about it. I let it go. And I said, bro, what's your address? Damn motherfucker got scared. He was like, oh shit. Now this dude way up in Canada. Man, I'm not going to Canada to beat your ass. Like, I asked him what his address was because he had won something in Kinston Stream, and I had to mail it to him. So I just asked him, like, what's your address? Like, you know, I hadn't hit him up. I was supposed to hit him up, but I hadn't. So I was like, yo, what's your address? Like, I was trying to send him the shit that he won. I think it's some kind of little speaker or something he won in Kinston Stream. But he thought I was asking him what's his address to come get with him. Like, nah, it ain't like that. And, like, don't get scared. Now you just call me a bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I posted a coffee order from Starbucks. But we had a conversation, right? And it got fixed. But it almost didn't get fixed because you said some disrespectful shit and you don't know me like that. You know somebody that I know. You very cool, locked with somebody that I know. But that don't mean me and you locked. That don't mean me and you cool. And you can't talk to me like that. So I see it both ways. I see it both ways. I'm just saying, right? Like, let me see. Let me catch up on chat. I'm just saying that's really happened. That's really, you know. Before I go to bed, I will say this. A lot of lessons learned from experience. I've learned that not everyone is strong enough mentally to take criticism. Not everyone will I communicate, and people tend to turn a molehill into a mountain. Okay, I read that. Plainly, the best lesson to learn is people are evil, and I learned God don't play. I read that too. You're right. I know you know God. Yeah, okay. I'm just saying. I'm his son. I'm just saying that. Facts. I haven't heard that name in a while. What you talking about? Judge? Exactly. If I'm not close with that person, I'll ask them if they have a problem. I know to do that. However, if they're giving off childish vibes, I'm gonna leave it be. To be honest, because I'm an adult and I don't do child's play. Just saw his life flash before his eyes. Listen, bro, I wasn't even on it like that, right? Because it was some internet shit, and it was on the internet, and I'm like, look, bro. I asked him. I said, you good? He's like, yeah, I'm good. You good? I say, yeah. I say, bro, don't talk to me like that. You don't know me like that. You know Kingston like that, but you don't know me like that. And it was, you know what I'm saying? He didn't respond. When he responded, I was like, whatever. I was over it. Like, I wouldn't threaten him. I was just like, yo, don't talk to me like that. That's it. I just asked for my respect. And I was like, all right. I was like, what's your address? And then he was like, oh shit. I wasn't even on it like that. Bro, I'm not built like that. Like, I'm not. I'm not going to fucking Canada to whoop your ass. I'm not. Like, if you tell me some disrespectful shit online and you really mean it, you stand on it, I'll just stop talking to you. I know how to take power away from somebody that think they have power. I'll just snatch the rug from under you. Like, I'm not gonna talk to you ever again. All right? And you might go through the rest of your life thinking, yeah, I bitched his ass. No, you didn't. You lost my respect. That's worse. Right? I'll leave it at that. But yeah, like also lucky to what you said about being childish, and like I said earlier in my earlier comment, you can't really judge somebody's reaction to something, right? Like um even like when we was talking in Rick's stream, right? We was talking in Rick's stream, and and you was going back and forth with a girl, and the girl, like, you was getting on her. You was like, you wasn't groomed. You was not groomed, and the girl took offense. Like, you wasn't wrong, but also she wasn't wrong, right? She wasn't wrong because she honestly felt like she was groomed. She felt like, right now, in the moment, this how I feel, and how I feel is how I feel. This is my, like, right, like, this is my shit, right? Let me put this. Like, um, I'm just saying, right? Let me just put that out there. In that moment where she was messing with the man or talking about I don't feel she was being groomed. I felt like you was in a fucking situation that you wanted to be in, that you thought you had control of, and it was going the way it was going until the man got in your draw. He GTD, got the draw, dropped your ass off, and now you sour about it. Now you talking about, oh, he was 40 and I was 25 and I got groomed. You still, who groomed you to spread them legs? He smacked cheeks. That's what happened, and it didn't go the way you wanted it to go, and now you feel some type of way. But whatever. And the woman was saying she got groomed. I've never been in a situation like that. I've never done that to a woman, and I've never been a victim of that. So at that time, I had to respect what she was telling me. I had my own personal view of it, but it would have been disrespectful for me to put my own personal view over her truth. You feel what I'm saying? So even when you say I'm talking to somebody or I'm saying something to somebody, and I'm trying to communicate, if they handle it childish, then that's on, well, the way they accept it is, it's not your problem, but it don't make them wrong. You feel what I'm saying? Here's the thing with communication. And when we talk about communication and we talk about feelings and we talk about these life lessons and stuff, we rarely, let's be honest, we rarely switch roles. We rarely put ourselves in the position of the person we undermined. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. When we talk shit to people or we talk shit to anybody, we stand on it and we be like, it's all coming from our point of view. We never look at what we telling to that person. We never look at how that person's feeling. We never look at the disrespect. We look at it as, right? That's how we look at it. We don't never look at it like somebody telling that to us. Cause like if you felt like if you was in that woman's shoes, right? If you was in that woman's shoes that we were talking to, and that criticism or that opinion was coming at you you would probably be like, bitch, fuck you. Look, I went through what I went through with this man, and I went through what I went through at that time at the young age I went through it, right? And you don't have no right to tell me, right? That's how you would look at it if it was you. But the fact that you was throwing the shots, you probably felt like, hey, if you don't like it, the truth hurt. It is what it is, right? Right? That's kind of what that was in that stream that day. But at the same time, I agree with you. Like with the shit we was saying that day, we was on the same page. I felt like it was some people playing victim, and you ain't really no victim. You was doing what you wanted to do at the time. It didn't turn out how you wanted it to turn out, and now we here. That's how I looked at the whole situation. But I mean, I digress. We'll leave that alone. Let me catch up on chat. Let me catch up on it. All this is life lessons, man. These are things that you go through in life, and it just really tailors you to who you are, right? It really tailors you to who you are and what you accept and what you're doing and how you go about things, right? This is all life lessons. Like you'll go through things in life where for years you may feel like you were right. And then one day you reanalyze it and you look at it, you revisit it, and you be like, was I tripping? You look at it like after you mature a little bit and after it been out for a while, you be like, was I tripping?
God damn.
Probably was tripping. And you know what I'm saying? So it be like that sometimes. It be like that sometimes. Like, but that's part of growing. That's like I say, it's life lessons. At the time, couldn't nobody tell you nothing. At the time when you was in it, you 10 toes down. You standing on it. But it's just like what I told y'all, what my dad told me about respect and disrespect. If you feel disrespected, handle it right then and there. Because 10 days later, 20 days later, 4 years later, you're not going to feel the same way about it. If somebody just totally fucking disrespect, I don't care who you are. If they just totally disrespect you and you walked away from that and didn't do anything, 10 years later, 99% of the time, you're not going to pursue them to get respect from them out of something that happened 10 years ago. 99.9% of the time, you're going to be like, you're going to remember what happened, but you ain't going to want no justice on it. So at the time where you feel like the shit really happened, that's when you got to collect. That's when you got to tap that ass. Pause. Check your messages. Who you talking to? You talking to me? The internet has made people comfortable with being malicious. Hey, listen. I think a lot of people they just say stuff, and they feel like I you know what, I think a lot of people just be talking shit, and they feel like it don't mean nothing. They feel like, oh, I ain't really saying nothing. No, I didn't mean it. And if you had to tell the same shit to them, they would be hot. They would be pissed off. Like, but at the same time, it's a lot of stupid people online. They don't see it. Like, they'll say stuff and they'll talk. Like, come on, now, we content creators. We all content creators, right? Everybody in here then created some content, correct? And it's stuff that people say about your content, and it's malicious, and it's bad, it's negative. Like, if it's that bad, why would you take the time to comment on it? Why would you take the time to tell me my aim ain't good? You see it, and you just, do you stop at every homeless person on the street and say, you a bum, you homeless? Do you do that? No. So why, you know what I'm saying? Why do you stop on every video and say, your aim bad, you ugly, you black, you stink, you a bot? Why? Why do you do what? How big is your balls that you got to do that? That's little dick energy. That's crazy to me, right? Like if you don't like it, like you know what I'm saying. But the same people, if like they'll throw it out there, but the same people you give it to them, and they, you know what I'm saying. Now you give them the same stuff.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
They don't like it. They don't like that shit. That's that. Look, I'm just saying, like the internet does that though. Like people just tell you some stupid shit and walk away from it, and then when you check them, they be like, "Oh, I was just playing." Was you playing, motherfucker? Was you playing? You said I was retarded. You said I'm slow as Christmas. Like what? But you was playing. Now you gotta play with these hands. Now we gotta play like this now. I'm over it. I'm gonna leave it alone. Agreed, Millie Jackson, because they wouldn't dare say the stuff to your face. Where we at? Oh man, this shit ain't. What up, Retro? Retro recap in the building, man. That's my brother.
This is the unit, bitch.
What's up, my brother? Let me see. Rolling on the floor laughing. You know, when I see rolling on the floor laughing, I know somebody at the computer like this. Rolling on the floor laughing. Mm-hmm. That's what I be seeing when I read that all the time. I can't help it. Exactly. Who would invalidate someone else's view on what happened to them? Ugh. Well, baby girl, I mean, yeah, but I actually did that. And it wasn't even disrespectful. It wasn't disrespectful. It was just like I'm just the way the girl explained it. Like I say, her experience is her experience. I respect that. Like I respect that, right? But deep down inside, I just knew you was chasing this older man. You fucked him. It didn't go the way you wanted it to go. Then you start screaming victim. I know it. I know it, right? Because the way the conversation went, it was like, yeah, I was dating this old. First of all, I'm from the South. I'm gonna just put that out there. So just so y'all have an understanding of the fact that I understand, right? I no disrespect to these girls, but I went to school with girls that was fucking grown men. Like, I'm sorry. Look, I'm just being honest. These motherfuckers used to pick these girls up from our school. The drug dealers and stuff. Like, these dudes were 25 years old picking up 15-year-olds. I seen it. I've been around that life, right? To where today them girls will say, they was wrong for that. Them dudes they had no business messing with me. No, you ain't had no business messing with him. Like, let's be honest. When two people hook up, this is what's happening, right? But if you move, like, he can't get you. At any point, you could say, no, I don't want to do this. This is not, I don't want to be with you, 30-year-old man. I'm 14. I'm 16. Like, I don't want to be with you. At any point, right? At any point, let's keep it funky. Like, for real. You don't have to deal with that. But some of these girls, at the time they were girls, they wanted to feel like grown women. And they felt like, what's going to make me feel like a woman more than messing with a grown man? And they made that choice. They did that. Trust me, I went to school with girls. I had to watch these girls. I was like, damn, I'm sitting there. I was a virgin. I'm like, I want some of that. Then I see who pick up. I'm like, I don't want none of that. He probably tearing her ass up. Like, and I knew it. I knew what was going on, and I seen it. We all knew it, right? If there was a dance, right? There's a dance on Friday night, Martin Luther King Center. You come outside the damn dance, nothing but cars lined up outside the dance. All them dudes is grown men, and them girls getting in cars with them dudes and taking off. Like, we knew what was going on. We knew what was going on. So once we was there and we heard this girl telling this story, I already knew that man didn't groom you. You wanted that. I know some girls that got groomed. You talking about you 25 and you got groomed? All right. Listen, that's her experience, right? So at the end of the day, I gave her the respect of that was her experience, not mine. But my ideology of it, nah, you ain't get groomed. So I apologize for disrespecting her explanation and her mindset. And the thing that set the girl off, baby girl, the thing that set the girl off was only thing I asked her, I said, what attracted you to a 35-year-old man? At 22 years old, what attracted you to a 30? She said, it didn't matter what attracted.
God damn.
Yo, man, I'm gonna get off of this. I would hate for this girl to see this, cause it just at the time I'm like, I I said, what attracted you to him? Like he was an older man, right? So what attracted you to him? She's like, huh? I said, what attracted you to? Cause we was all talking, right? They was in Discord, and we was talking. I said, what attracted you to this man? That's all I asked. I didn't. I think she knew what I was getting to, but I didn't even get there. She played fucking all-star defense, first team defense, right? Huh? I say, what attracted you to that man? How did you and this man end up sleeping together? It don't matter. He groomed me.
Impressive.
Yo, we gonna get past this. But I felt like I disrespected her. Her experience was her experience, and me and who I am and the character I have, I just apologized. That's all it was. Come in. What the what? Bring me one. How many they got left? Why they got 3? They had 4.
See, I knew I was bugging. Kendrick definitely took one. Because look, this is what happened, right? I went upstairs because I finished eating. I knew she was about to take a long time, so I playing around. So I went upstairs. I came out my room. She looked at me talking about something.
I know you fucking lying.
I didn't think she had anything. I didn't think anything of it.
I know you lying, bro.
I'm not.
I know you lying to me right now.
I'm not.
So she took one of them things.
I'm guessing because I didn't take them. I swear.
So they got 3 left right now.
There's 3. I can show you.
Don't show me. Bring me one. I'm about to put a belt on this girl. I'm about to lose my shit.
Mom told Gator to bring her one, but I didn't take one. There's 2 left now after this one. What do I want to do with those?
Leave it on the counter. I'm gonna take care of it.
Alright. Anything else?
Did you put that food up?
Yes, sir.
What you cover them wings up with?
I put them in the back because we don't have any food.
You put them in a Ziploc bag?
Uh-huh.
Did you fix your food for school?
Not yet. I just want to take some.
What?
I just want to take some wings and white rice.
Put the check them clothes in the dryer.
Oh no, I already took them out. Put them out. So,
Did you start the other clothes?
what, these ones?
The clothes that's in the washer.
Oh yeah, the clothes that are in the wash. I put them in the dryer. Then after that, I put.
I don't hear it.
Not yet. I already did it. I did it earlier.
Man, take care of that, man.
It's just my clothes in there, right? It's in the wash right now.
Take care of it.
Anything else?
No. Fix my water.
Okay.
Let me see what we got going on. There's some cinnamon rolls, y'all. I made a cinnamon roll. Don't worry about that. Let me see what we got. Let me see. Retro recap. You can relay the truth without being a hoe. I agree with that. Mm, listen, some people never mature. I've learned that the hard way. Absolutely, absolutely. What's worse is someone who's gaslighting and throws rocks and hides their hands. Mm, what I say to people online, I say to them to their face. That's who I am. Rolling on these YouTube comments be wilding though. Exactly. Slow as Christmas. That's one I haven't heard before, man. You know Christmas take a long time to get here, bro. I don't know. I mean, especially when you're a kid, Christmas take forever to get here. Slow as Christmas, bro. Great to see you, dog. I appreciate you, Retro. I hope you're healthy. Hope you're happy. Hope your money up. Hope your money way up here. Hope everything going good for you, my brother. A lot of thin-skinned people online when it comes to content creators. Absolutely. Hope everyone here having a great night. Same to you, Retro. Stop it, sir. Appreciate you, beautiful. That is never changes, bruh. In my time in high school, they did the same thing. They had the latest cell phone. I'm trying to tell you, bro. We watched these girls, bro. We used to watch these girls sleep with grown men. Like not sleep. We didn't watch them sleep with them, but we knew what was happening when the dude picked you up, bro. We knew what was happening. Like we knew what you was going to do. He wouldn't bring you home. Like we knew what was up. And it's just like, how you get to a point in your life where you feel like, oh, he took advantage of me. I ain't saying he did. He didn't. I ain't saying he didn't. But he ain't have to work hard. He ain't have to work hard. We watched you walk out of that damn dance and into his car. We heard you tell us, I don't mess with little boys. I got a man. Yeah, he old enough to be your daddy. We like this is life. So that day when we was in that stream and I heard that shit being said, I'm like, I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't buy it. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't buy it. But, you know, it is what it is. The money and stability. Lucky. Hold on. Let me see if I can find the right sound for this. The money and the stability.
Man, did this dude just did this?
That's the right sound right there.
Man, did this dude just did this?
I know you ain't talking about these grown ass men, drug dealers, providing these little girls with money and stability. They didn't give them girls nothing. They didn't give them nothing. It was just status, like you messing with a drug dealer. They didn't give them girls nothing. $20, $30, that's money and stability. That wasn't nothing. You are not taking her experience seriously. Bring that shit up to my room. Bring it up to my room. Your mama up?
I don't think so.
Bro, you serious, bro?
I didn't take one, I swear.
Bro, I just told this motherfucker not to take that.
So I forgot what I was doing. I forgot what I was doing. I came out my room, or I was going to my room. She looked back at me. She kept looking back at me whenever I kept going out the bathroom and coming back in. So she kept looking at me. One time she looked at me, she went like this. She was covering her mouth. I don't know if she was eating it right there, but I saw 3 over there. I didn't take
Go put my water in my room. Tell your mama to text me. Because we about to get to the bottom of this.
All right.
I'm going to wake that motherfucker up with a belt if I have to.
All right.
Anyway, let me see. Oh, I'm trying to catch up on chat, y'all. Some women like saggy balls, old crusty dudes breathing in their ear. Well, these dudes wasn't that old, God. Yo, oh. They weren't that old, man. It was like we was teenagers. They was like in their 20s and 30s, man. What? Yo.
Man, come on, man. Man, come on, man.
Oh my. LOL. Yes, sir. Not you licking your fingers like, man. Mwah. Mwah. Clip it. Man, listen. My tongue done been in ass, man. What the fuck you talking about? Licking my fingers live on stream. I don't give a fuck. This is my space. This is my stream. Do what I want. Lucky.
You are watching a master at work.
I does this. I does this. I'm going to bed. We ain't going to do this on this early Monday morning, sir. Oh yeah, it is late for y'all. I forgot. It's just 10 o'clock over here. I'm going to bed. Night, darling. Good night, handsome. I'm handsome too. What? I'm handsome?
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Calling other people handsome like that. I'm just saying hoes are gold diggers looking for money and green, aka handsome. Good night, aka handsome. Did I read that twice? I'm just saying hoes are gold diggers looking for money and green cards. Good night, aka handsome. Also known as handsome. No, better known as.
He's pulling his cock out.
All right, that's enough. That's enough. But like I said, these are the life lessons. These are the life lessons. These are the things that shape you into who you are today. It could be friends. It could be family. I think your earliest life lessons is family. Everything else is friends. The latter is friends. And it's friends because it comes a point in time where you start to trust your friends more than your family. You start to look outside of the home, right? And it depends on how you were raised, right? If you had some bullshit parents or your parents lied to you a lot or kept you away from a lot of things, then you don't respect your parents like that, right? There's parents that raise their kids to where a kid may say, "Dad, what's this drug? What's that drug?" And they say, "Don't worry about it. Just stay away from it." "Dad, Mom, what's sex? Something you better not be having." Like, that's a bad way to parent, right? If your kid asking you something like that mean they're curious, and that mean they probably already know, and you need to reel it in. You need to dial it back in, and you need to take control of that. And a lot of parents miss that opportunity. A lot of parents just give them kids the "because I say so" treatment, and now the kids got to search for answers outside of the home. And when they get the answers outside of the home, now they trust the friends more than the parents because the friends answered the question. The friends gave them what they feel at the time was the truth. And the parents just went around the shit. This is how you get kids that go into gangs, right? And kids that they go all out as far as wilding out and doing crazy shit with their friends, then listening to their parents, right? Because it's a level of trust there that they have with the friends they don't have with the parents. So that's another life lesson, right? You have to really be truthful with your kids, and you have to. I'm not saying take their innocence away, but you got to let them down easy as far as when they start asking questions and stuff like that, right? I don't know about y'all, but I know a lot of times I had questions. I had stuff going on, right, between me and my parents, and they just didn't give me the answers I needed. They didn't give me the answers I was looking for. Like there's things that my parents left on the table for sure, like about life. And my friends try to explain some of these things to the best of their ability to me, and I'm gonna tell you why that's a bad thing. Because who knows who told them what they know, right? If their parent didn't tell them, then somebody else told them. So now it's word of mouth to word of mouth to word of mouth, and then you start taking all these word of mouth like it's truth, and these kids be confused. But at the same time, like I say, they trust their friends and not their family, and you don't want that. That's a good life lesson. That's a good life lesson. You gotta be up on that, right? Let me see. Man, I'm sorry for that. These fucking kids stealing. I made some cinnamon rolls, man. The kids stole one. I'm pissed. I am pissed right now. It's not even. It's not even a thing like, you know what I'm saying. Like that. Like here's the thing, right? I bought my kids some like all kind of sweets. They asked me for. We went to the store and got the sweets, right? My wife said she had a sweet tooth. I said, "You want me to bake you some cinnamon rolls?" She was like, "Bake me some." I said, "Motherfucker, I could bake you some, or I could buy you some out of the bakery. What you said you got a sweet tooth. What you want?" I said, "You better catch me right now while I'm in the kitchen, because I was in the kitchen. I cooked dinner today, right? Some cheddar broccoli rice and some wings." I was like, "Bro, you want the shit or not?" She's like, "Yeah, sure, I'll take it." So I went to the store, bought the kids with me. I bought these motherfuckers donuts, cookies. What else? That's it. Donuts and cookies, right? I told them you can eat the donuts in the morning for breakfast before y'all go to school. Y'all can have the cookies when y'all get off of school, right? For snack or whatever. And I cooked the cinnamon rolls, and I gave them one. I cooked them for their mom, but I gave them one. I left the shit on the counter. Why my daughter steal one? With a big back, neck, roll ass. Why? Why? You ain't have to steal it. I gave you one. And I told you could have all these sweets tomorrow. But you gonna steal? All right. I'm pissed. Anyway, all right, y'all. I'm about to call it a stream. We've been on here long enough. We've been at this for 3 hours. This was a lot. We've done a lot today. Let's see. Catch up. Appreciate the gems you're dropping tonight, bro. Appreciate that 50 bitties queen. Oh my gosh. Appreciate the 50 bitties. Hold on, that ain't it. My bad. Dad mode picks to activate. W stream, great talk. Good to catch you. Have a great week. This stream will be uploaded on YouTube. I appreciate everyone for being here. Please check out the YouTube stream. At least just look at 3 to 5 minutes of it, please. I'm almost to my watch time hours for partner. Please understand, please. Please just take a look at it. But I hope we had a good discussion. I hope everyone's okay. I hope I didn't disrespect anyone. Hope everyone understood what I was trying to say. If you didn't, I apologize for the inconvenience of me not giving a fuck. I always wanted to do that. I don't know why. Ever since I seen it, I always wanted to. I seen the kid do it. I always wanted to do it. But yeah, great stream. I appreciate everyone coming through and being here, man. I want y'all to think about that, though. I want y'all to think about. I want y'all to think about who you are today and why you are what you are. A lot of people like to think that this just me. This is just who I am. What you've been through in life and how people have wronged you or righted you is the way you are, why you are. Nobody just, except for Reaper, he's a Terminator. He have a coding. He didn't live normal life like everybody else. He got a steel exoskeleton, and it's different for him. He was made in a factory. But everybody else that have a conscience and not a cold-blooded
Real bad man.
killer, we've been through things and we've experienced things that have really shaped us to who we are today, right? The way you move, the way you think, the way you respect or disrespect, the way you take into consideration or dismiss people around you is because of your life lessons, right? Shout out to my mama's side of the family. Shout out to my dad's side of the family. The Piccsta is complete because of the Harrisons and the Morgans. That's my people, man. Also my people are native. I don't know if y'all know that or not. A lot of people from the South, they ain't no African in them. They native. My greatest grandma is native on both sides. I got Native American people on both sides of my family. America probably owe me some land. I need to look into that, but it is what it is. Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all, man, for real. Who's streaming right now? We need to raid out to somebody. Who's streaming? who we reading out to? Bro, I literally gotta be up for work in like 2 hours. This is crazy. This new schedule, bro. I ain't gonna lie, it's some bullshit. Like, you ever had a job? And the job was like so bad, or some things changed at the job, and you was like, bro, I don't even want to work here no more. Like, a dude at my job, I was talking some shit, and I was like, bro, this job sucks. But you know what you gonna say? Find another job. I say, bro, you know, there's no other way to politely say fuck you other than say, if you don't like your job, quit. Right? I told him, I said, bro, I'm looking right now, bro. I'm putting in applications. He's just looking at me like, hey, who you think you is, bro? Like, if I say, man, the job is like, how you like your job? How's everything? It ain't good, bro. The job stressing me out, bro. I don't like it. Well, if you don't like your job, quit. All right, I'm putting in applications right now. Like, bro, y'all, come on now. My schedule went from I went from 6 in the morning, Monday through Friday, to 2 a.m. 2 a.m. Sunday through Thursday. I told him I wasn't going to work today. I told him, I said, fuck that. We starting this new schedule. I said, I ain't gonna make it the first day. But it's just like, bro, like, what are we doing? Like, it's crazy, man. That's every day for me. That's every day for you, baby girl. I appreciate y'all, man. Mr. Wonderful, Millie, baby girl, Queen, Lucky, Jesus G. Listen, everybody that came through, man. Retro recap. Everybody. I'm trying to think of everybody that came through. Reaper. Everybody that came through, man. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for the engagement. Thanks for the topics. Thanks for the feedback. I appreciate y'all, man. I really appreciate y'all. Mr. Wonderful. I appreciate you, man. Peace, God. Peace, God. That's the king right there. Let me see who's streaming. We can raid out on somebody. Like I said, this clip will be uploaded to YouTube Tuesday. I'm gonna do it Tuesday. I ain't gonna do it tomorrow. I'm gonna do it Tuesday. I gotta find something else to upload. Because let's be honest, like, we done that, what, 3 hours? So it's not like somebody gonna go to YouTube and watch 3 hours. Like, they gonna skip the hell out of this show. What is Renegade doing? No, we're gonna raid Renegade. Renegade, he out there farming right now, doing this thing. I don't know how long he been on, but we're gonna raid him out. That's my bro. We got a lot of history, and like I say, man, I appreciate y'all coming through, man. Make sure y'all follow the YouTube, man. The YouTube. Y'all gotta get on the YouTube, man. Y'all gotta get with the Piccsta on YouTube, man. If you ain't following me on YouTube, I'd appreciate it. I'm almost partner. You know what I'm saying? Get with it right now. Before it's too late. Then y'all gonna be like, oh, we always loved you, Pick. Nah, Don't even try it. That's the YouTube link right there. That's it. That's it. Get up on it like that. I appreciate y'all. You want somebody new? The YouTube is lit. Join the YouTube. Yeah, yes. I want. Listen. Hey, bro, I feel like I'm about to sprout some damn. I be feeling like I'm about to sprout some angel wings, man. I be the middle of my back be itching. See, I got this little back scratcher. You know what I'm saying? I got it off Amazon. I got like a pack of 12 for like $5. This thing come in handy, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Like that. It's like I'm about to sprout some angel wings, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I am the chosen one. Right there. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Amazon. Like a little paw. Well, y'all, you got a real big back. You can extend them. Tell you, man. Work smarter, not harder. Yeah, let's read out. Let's read out to Renegade. Again, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for the engagement. Thank y'all for the comment on the topics, man. Keeping it as respectful as you could keep it. We had some we had a little back and forth in here tonight, but we're gonna take care of that. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Until next time, I'm looking for some guests. I want to have a guest on the next show. I should have had a guest on this show, but the topic I want to do for the next show, I think I'm gonna have me a guest or two. We'll see. But the Piccsta love y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. Make sure you at least stay for the raid and tell Renegade the Piccsta say what up, though. That's my bro. And till next time, man. Keep it tight.